Welcome back to the Dropout 704 podcast. You're here with your host, Samar Sinclair. And today, we got a new co-host. You know, for the first time, we got Morelia Trinidad.
Yo.
Give it up for her in the comments, man.
Yeah. Say what's up. And next to me, we have the corporate fighter himself. The best of the amateur bantamweights on the East Coast. And creator of the Push Effect podcast, Emanuel Simpson, right? Simpson?
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
Hey, I like that. That was actually a good intro. I like that.
That was fire. Fire.
That's a good intro.
Yeah.
Naturally, you know.
You're acing the interview so far.
I'm proud of you. Yeah, you make that go really well.
So what you guys went up to today?
Nothing, man. How had some fights last night. You know, woke up, get my mind right for everything for the week. Just coming off of a business trip that we had. I'm just coming off of a big campaign that we worked on with actually Quavo. He had a new liquor coming out called White X, and so we was a part of his launch campaign. And so we basically just got that right, created a forum, and now we are on the move to pick up some residencies and really like push this liquor brand out. So,
That's what's up.
Wait, so you directly work with Quavo and his... Like, did you talk to him?
yeah, I actually did talk to him. No, so we actually work with the client. It's called Sazerac. That's the liquor brand that owns White X. So a lot of these liquor brands that you see out here, they actually are owned by a ginormous company. Just like all the diamonds that you ever see, they're owned mostly by a big company that's probably overseas. Like any diamond that you probably see is probably owned by this company called De Beers. They own like a big percentage of the world's diamonds. So just like alcohol. So like whatever alcohol you see, like you see Henny or something like that, it's probably owned by a bigger company.
By someone else, yeah.
But this company that he's with is called Sazerac, and they own White X, and we were just pushing it. We were just pushing his company for a massive launch.
Because you're in marketing, you're in marketing?
I work in public relations. It's really kind of hard to explain. It's like, it's not marketing, but it's not marketing, but we work in the marketing field. It's really kind of hard to explain. So just basically, diving into the public perception of it.
Like what message y'all trying to push?
Yes. Yeah. So basically same as marketing, but not, it's like, so whenever you see, anything that comes out, like if you see like a big scandal come out, and then you see like a statement, let's take the Diddy situation. You see that, and you see that statement that he wrote, and then it says like Diddy, whatever his revolt or whatever it says. That's not him writing that. That's his PR team. That's his PR team. That's his crisis PR team. So probably different sectors of like a big corporation or his team. There's entertainment PR, crisis PR, to where we're like, we gotta get a handle on this fire. So that's where different sectors.
That's fire, though.
Yeah,
It's cool to think about. So, like, you've seen, like, a person in a pickle, and you had to be like, all right, what are they going to say?
What are we going to do? How are we going to see it? How are we going to say this? We don't want to offend anybody. So there's, like, different sectors of public relations that, for different situations.
What role do you play in that?
So I am an account coordinator for a PR agency out in Atlanta. And I basically assist with all my account managers. So we have accounts such as like Toyota, we have accounts such as Lexus, Pfizer, just a little bit, just to name off the top of the head. And so I just assist with with their media relations, public relations, and event coordinating. So a lot of like their events, and we work in the multicultural realm too. So it's basically, how are you trying to push your brand towards the Hispanic community, the Black community, LGBTQ community, stuff like that?
I know that's hot.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah. You know, you just got, I think, you know, the different races and different populations changing. It's not just white anymore. If you're saying, like, companies got to realize and understand that the demographic that you think you're talking to now, it needs to change and divert, because America is becoming a hub and a place of different cultures. So if you're still talking the same thing like you're talking in like the 1980s or something like that, you're not gonna get the results you want. And I think companies are starting to realize that now.
You had to go to school to do this career path. Like, it was just a part of like a degree.
Yeah. I went to school for communications.
Okay.
So like, communication is such a broad thing. And like, I went to school formerly for broadcast communications,
Gotcha.
mass media to be exact. And one of those things to where, you go into, how you always go into school, you kind of know what you want to do, but then you get out to the real world and it's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when I was in radio at a point, and that's why I have like the podcast now, which I know we'll get to that later. I was at radio at one point, so I used to work for the Charlotte Hornets, and it was one of those things that's like, there's no real money in radio.
There's no what?
There's
real
no money in radio. There's no money in radio unless you're like, it's just a look. It's just a look sometimes, and it's not like it's glamorous. It's nice, but it's no real money. I would intern at ESP in Charlotte at one point, and the general manager was like, I would just meet him in there. He was like, E-Man. I was like, yo, what's up, Mario? He was like, why you want to be a radio man? I was like, yeah, because I guess I like it, and I want to be like, I guess like Charlemagne or the Breakfast Club or something like that. Yeah, and it's like, he was like, there's no real money here, man. I was like, he like basically like kind of crushed my dreams a little bit, so he was like, there's no real money. I was like, are you serious? He was like, nope. And he was one of those guys that really told you how it was. And so he basically told me how it was. And I was like, oh man, but I still enjoyed it, so I just stuck with it until like I found another avenue.
Yeah.
And that's how I jumped from this to where I am now.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that, the radio show, bro. The way I actually got started into podcasting was I borderline got scammed. Uh-huh. There's this I don't know their exact name, but I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. But they got this like, it's like WBC some bullshit. I don't know. It's this radio company in Charlotte.
I already know.
And they someone got me in there to do like, they're like, hey, you want a free commercial or whatever, free promo, you do whatever you want with it. I'm like, okay, cool. I go, it's like it's a pyramid scheme, it's crazy, whatever, right?
It's so weird. Go ahead, keep going.
So they tell us like, all right, we're gonna you got a show, you're gonna make this much money, blah blah blah. If you get approved, we gonna see. So I'm like, okay, let's see. Got approved, and then now I'm in a 6-month contract where they're like, it's gonna cost you this much, but you gonna make at least this much, so you're gonna be good. So then afterwards, they were like, yeah, you kind of on your own, bro. And I was like, what? And it was like, yeah. And then I was like, damn, I was paying for it. So I was like, me and my boy, so we were like, yeah, we might as well just do the episodes. And then like afterwards, we were like, man, fuck it, whatever. But then like doing the episodes was pretty cool, like making the little interview podcast type thing. And then we just kind of started doing it on our own. But yeah, that radio shit, that was our like introduction into it. And that shit was shady. Motherfuckers just trying to make their money in like weird ways.
That shit is so weird. That shit is so weird, dude. Like, because it's like I did the same thing, but I didn't do it. It was just like I came. It's probably the same place that you're talking about. It's like in a complex.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm looking like, as soon as I stepped in, I was like, this is not probably what I was thinking of it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was the exact same place, and they just like really say like, you get your money off ads or something like some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, I was like, okay, I'm never coming back here.
Literally, I told him, I was like,
never coming back here.
I told him, I was like, this sounds too good to be true. And he's like, yeah, And I asked, what it is? I'm like, it's not real, let's do it. And what was crazy is I went in there with my mans, and then we had someone give us a ride type shit. So then they were like, why don't you all three do it? And we're like, all right, whatever. And then they were like, we don't know if you'll get approved, so maybe you all should apply. And we were like, okay, but what if we all do get approved? Is there a way to like cancel it? They're like, nah, if you're approved, you're approved. So we're like, all right, we might as well just try it. So we all got locked in on it, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was
How much bread are we talking though?
It was, I think the term was like 3-4 months or so.
Oh,
And it might have been like 100 something. It's 170 something every month or whatever. But like, it wasn't money that I just had to be thrown away. But it was just like, damn, we gotta lock that in. You know what I mean?
And the ads were supposed to pay for it.
Yeah,
right?
but they didn't have no ads. They were like, oh yeah, you sell your ads however you want. And then they had this whole thing where they're like, oh, you can come here and use our studio, but then you had to pay mad extra. And I'm like, I'm already paying monthly. But basically what they were doing is they were leasing radio time.
Ooh.
So like they had a station on like iHeartRadio or whatever, and they had a 24-hour station. So you could do whatever you wanted on your radio show, blah, blah.
Yeah, but then people gotta ask you what your radio station number is.
It's
On the radio, it's crazy as fuck.
It kind of
To the radio.
goes to what he was saying about you can't do what you were doing like 20 years ago. 20 years ago, if you were trying to like get off on radio, like you probably could have done something similar to this. But like today, like bro, people on YouTube, like I don't even listen to my car radio, bro.
Right.
Exactly.
I got the aux on.
Oh, it's always
I got the aux on. And just like we were saying before, it's just like there was really the trajectory we have in radio is kind of dwindling at the moment, unless you're like one of these top radio stations or anything like that. Like something like that, where they have like a lot of waters, they have a lot of range to where they can get their voice out. Anything else is just like you're just doing it for the glam or anything like that. It's not real. A lot of that stuff, there's no money into it. There's really no money into it at all. So that's how I got my start into it.
It's funny because you're like, yo, my manager crushed my dream, but there's a kid watching this right now who's like, I want to get in the radio, and then they're right now like, damn.
Well, get it. I mean, get into whatever you love. Like
Get into podcasting, get into broadcast.
Podcast. That's exactly why I did. I started my podcast just because I just wanted to keep the chops, straight, keep my skills sharp, and whatever I did, just because I did enjoy it. So and that's why I created it. You know.
What made you want to go into that field? Like, when did it click for you?
Like radio?
Yeah, like what you do, podcasting and shit like that.
Yeah, so I mean, going back to what I said, I always liked media and I always liked communications and stuff like that. So I was the station manager for my school's radio, UNC Charlotte, and so I just wanted to actually like continue within that field, whatever that looks like outside of my school. So I just wanted to always continue to do that. I got plenty of internships. I worked at ESPN Charlotte. I worked at the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, I had an internship there and then translated over to like a part-time gig, which didn't pay as much, but still, it was like still a good look on a resume. And so I just wanted to keep that. And after it was done, I feel like it was like a lot of stuff is like God sent within my career, just because, you know, COVID happened and we literally were inside the station. And we watched, it was Rudy Gobert, it was the Utah Jazz, and I forgot the other team. And I don't know if you remember when when COVID first started, and he like coughed all over the mics, and he was like touching it and everything. And he was like it was fake. And then, you know, he wound up getting COVID. And then I was in the station, it's down below in the arena, and one of the people from the back walked out and said, "Stop, the game is over." Like, and they literally wrapped it up. We were sitting there like, and then you ever seen Powerpuff Girls? You seen Powerpuff Girls? You know that red, but you know that phone?
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah.
literally, we had some higher up call us and like, yeah, get everybody out of here. Wow. And we had to get out. And that was my last day at the Charlotte Hornets. It was great. It was like a movie.
Yeah, that sounds like some movie.
Yeah, it was
That's so dramatic.
I'm telling you. Like literally, we had it in there, and like we're watching this, like we're like yo, we seen the dude come out of here, just like one dude with the NBA shirt on, like yo, get everybody off the floor, you know, because these are like their investments. It's like they're paying $1 million. They're like,
but he gonna cough on them, like
he was coughing on the mic. He thought it was a joke at first, but then it was just like one of those things where this was like a real thing, and then that's when like I got laid off from that job just because, you know. 2 years of no radio, like radio and stuff like that, and then like it was just like a whole big dynamic thing. So
is that how your podcast started, or what were you doing in that 2 years?
I need to like look back at when my podcast started like 4 years ago. It started with my first interview was with it was two artists. I kind of was still trying to find the identity. It was two artists, and I brought it up, and I brought them up and everything like that. And I was like, and I didn't think it was going to be like a serious thing. And then so once I started it, and I was like, oh, I want to just keep doing this and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And it just went from there. You know, we just had those artists up there, and I just kept doing it for so long. I just enjoy it.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's the best type of hobbies. You gotta. It's not. I mean, I don't know if you see it as a hobby. You see it as like something. That's a question I have for you. Cause you do MMA as well,
Right.
like what are you more passionate about?
I'm pretty much passionate about like all of them. Like to be quite honest,
Yeah.
like I pretty much. It's like, you know, it's like one of those things because MMA, a lot of the stuff that we find passionate is really like an acquired passion. Like nowadays, like now that we're older, like MMA, I didn't see myself doing MMA because at first I just wanted to train, and then like I trained at one gym. And then I came over to Highestein and everything like that. And I was just like, you know, I felt they saw the talent and asked me, do I want to fight? And at one point, then we just started training to fight. You know, a lot of the passions that I have now, like as far as radio, I didn't know I wanted to do radio when I came to college. I was wanting to do criminal justice, something like that, something like not fun. I wanted to, you know, yeah. Now I don't know what I was trying to do in that. I don't know what I was trying to do.
Trying to get the homies out of jail.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was trying to do. I didn't know what I was trying to do at that point, bro. At that time, like, it was just, like, do it for, like, my parents and stuff like that. But then when I started finding stuff and I got introduced to different things within that space, it just kind of went from there. And so, like going back to the question, it's just being passionate about everything that we have now, like, as far as radio, public relations, podcast, and whatever you're doing, it's like a lot of stuff is acquired now, so I can't really pick which one.
I mean, you can do it all.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, I love this the most and da-da-da, but I mean, I have other things that I do that I love just as much as I love MMA.
What you like? What you like to do?
Oh, I be painting, and I braid hair, I do other things. I'm in school. You know, I like to do, well, mainly painting is my other, like, big passion. But
Were you always a painter? Like, were you always like a big art? Were you always like artistic growing up?
yeah, I was always creative, and like in school, like to concentrate, I would like doodle, or like then I just started like drawing things from like seeing them and stuff like that. It just got better and better. It's like if you like something, you'll find time to do it and like do it well.
Right.
You know.
What are you passionate about?
Music, art. I was like, so on my mom's side, I'm an only kid, you know? And I never really got in like video games. So I was just like doing stuff all day, just really, like ever since I could remember, bro, I was like, I'm gonna be a rapper. Like nothing else really seemed like it was what I should do. And, actually I used to dance. I was a dancer. Like I used to do like competitions and stuff with like my schools or whatever, like, you know. And then as I got a little older, when I was in high school, like I was just like, bro, dancing not as it's not as easy to do it as music was. You know, I was always so deep in music because you dance into the music. But then like I'm like, damn, I gotta make dance videos and like I gotta get it to be recorded right. I gotta get all this other stuff. Well, no, it was before that. It was before TikTok. It was when like, you know, like it was like when America's Best Dance Crew, stuff like that was really popping. Like, yeah, like, you know, that was like we were serious about it. Like, even when I first moved here, like we did like me and my school got on like a Hot 97 like show. We won like trips and stuff.
Oh shit!
Wait, can you break dance?
Yeah, I can do one.
You would break this.
Yeah, no, I was like dancing, like it was like a like so, and that's what. So when I started doing music, it was like everyone already knew me as a dancer because like that's like what I was doing. Because like my family, my parents aren't together, so I would always go back and forth. So whenever I went to a new place, it was just like, you know, like I was like, I'm a motherfucker, so know what I could do. So I was dancing, so I always kind of like had that clout or whatever. So people like knew me as a person who was doing dance videos, and you know, we were always on YouTube. So back in the day, it was a little easier to go a little viral on YouTube and stuff like that. So we were making videos. Some of them got views and whatnot.
Did you do the jerk?
Oh, I was crazy with the jerk. I was jumping over the leg. I was like,
Can you drop it?
bro.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't never lost a battle in my life.
You were in jerk team.
I ain't never lost a battle.
You was on a jerk team.
Did we have a jerk team?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say by the time motherfuckers was jerking, I was battling teams, bro. Like when I tell you, like I was like, I'm not even trying to like hype myself up, but I was like, because by the time we was jerking, right, I was already like pop locking, doing other shit. So like I wasn't just jerking, bro. I was just doing the most. Like motherfuckers was just jerking. Like bro, we dancing now. Like you feel me?
Are these videos still on YouTube?
You could probably find some. I wouldn't like you to though, cause I just like, bro, I'm a kid. Like it's just crazy. But yeah, it was just music. I was able to just chill in the crib and like work on the song. If I'm up at 3 a.m. being like I'm about to go dance is crazy. Like I'm about to put on music mad loud, whatever. So then I just kind of started putting my headphones in, writing music and stuff, and then just started kind of doing that. And then I wasn't. And, after high school, I kept doing it type shit. And then we started doing shows, and that started really popping off. Like right before COVID, started doing shows, all that. And then I like wrestled in high school, but I knew I didn't want to go to college to do nothing. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be a rapper. Like, I don't need to go to college to do that. So I kind of stopped wrestling a little bit, but then throughout COVID, I got back into jiu-jitsu or whatever. And then UFC started popping off. And then I was like, oh, there's actually a career path through this other than being a collegiate wrestler, becoming a wrestling coach at some school, and that's it, So then I got back into that, and yeah, and it's funny because now I'm at this crossroad, bro, where it's just like I've done so many performances, I've done a lot of stuff where like I've been in front of crowds and like done shit, and I feel like people have seen me succeed so much in front of crowds, like winning, like I feel super blessed, bro. You know what I mean? Like I say it humbly. Like I just feel like God be fucking with me. You know what I mean? Like I feel blessed. Like sometimes I'm like I don't know why. But then when it's fighting, I'm like, damn, that's the only thing in my life where I'm like, damn, I could potentially take an L. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Because like what I'm gonna forget a lyric. Like there's what if I forget a lyric, the shit hype. You know what I mean? From dancing, I guess I could have tripped or something. But like I never have a fall dancing or whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just been different.
Since you bring up fighting, how was your first? It's for both of y'all. Like, how was your first time hard sparring since you got invited to the fight team? What was your first time hard sparring?
I actually went to a school that was like a jiu-jitsu school, and I had a teacher there who wasn't really into sparring. He was It was just the closest one to my house at the time, but they were just really hobbyists, and so we couldn't spar there. So the first time I ever did any sort of like sparring was going to a PKB for the first time from a jiu-jitsu school.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that was
so
crazy.
So they decided to do a PKB as your first sparring session?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Crazy. So, and then I was like, oh, this shit. And so a lot of the guys from my gym were all like the same weight too. So they wasn't trying to have us fight each other. And then like, just because of like my build, they was like, you just gonna fight the heavier dudes. And I was like, all right, whatever. I don't give a fuck. And then, it was a match, man. I actually got DQ'd, for accidentally kicking bro in the nuts. I was just not able to aim my kicks. Nah, I hated it, bro. I was like, bro, I hated it.
I wasn't gonna laugh, but then motherfuckers started laughing.
Nah. Bro, I hated it, bro. I was like, I can't believe that's how it happened. And that's how I got into like a Muay Thai school and then started doing some Muay Thai shit. And then that's what got me to CCS, because I was like, I want to do MMA. Like Muay Thai cool and shit, but like I want to do MMA. And then first time hard sparring was just different. It wasn't different hard sparring. I've hard sparred, but it was like sparring people who were better than me, that much better than me. It was like, okay, that was fucking wild. What the fuck? Like, no one's done that to me before. You feel me? Yeah. Like, cause especially like most people who I've like worked with, they're always heavier, right? So like the speed, like motherfuckers don't have the speed that I have. And then now I'm working with motherfuckers who got the speed that I have and more technique and might be a little stronger. And I was like, oh shit, it's crazy. But then I was like, no, I can't leave because I know these motherfuckers here. So like, what I'm gonna do? Just act like they're not here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it was like, oh shit, this shit crazy. And I was like, do I want to do this? And I was like, if I don't, I'm never going to like I'm always like just be mad at myself. Like, bro, why didn't you like keep doing that shit? You know what I mean? Especially because I'd be like, you know, talking to God, and he'd be like, bro, I fucks with you, dog. Like, whatever you do, dog. Like,
He says, I fucks with you.
yeah, bro, my relationship with God is very different. It's like some people are very like religious in terms of like, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a blah blah blah. I feel like I'm religious in the sense of like I'm just connected to God and whatever. Like if you're Muslim and you invite me over and like you're hospitable and there's like I can feel the energy there, like I'll allow myself to feel that energy and connect with like the energy and all that. So yeah, my relationship with God real personal. You know what I mean? Like when I say he fucks with me, he know what I mean by that. He's not looking at me like you're cursing, blah blah. He's like, nah, yeah, I fucks with you, and I'm like, thank you, bro.
I agree. That's kind of how I see it too.
How you feel about when you started sparring?
Okay, so I've been training for a little minute. I lived like two and some change, and I was training at Team Oyama in Cali before I came here. So I have hard spar before, and I was you already know some, but in Carolina Combat specifically.
You fought before, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. But Carolina Combat specifically is different. I think I really got my ass beat by Shamik several times. And it's even Brian, bro. Brian don't give a fuck. He will hit you. It don't matter. Which is funny. But yeah, bro. I like it. It's different. I'm a female. I guess I realize y'all really don't hit me like that. I be saying that you do, but you don't. And it's
This motherfucker hit hard. You got heavy hands.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you got power.
Hey, Brian. Hey, as Brian, who is top heaviest hitters, he told me at one time he'll never say it. He'll never say it again. He was like, I forgot to ask him that on the last episode that we had with each other. I fucking forgot. But he'll never say it again. He told me at one time, he was like, you might be. He said, well, he was like, I was like, Brian, I'm like the top 5 hitters, like you ever faced or whatever, something along those lines. He told me yes.
Yeah.
Told me yes, and they gave me like a little confidence was because motherfuckers like he was 185 fighting at 185 at the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he came out, he was like, you might be, I think, top 5 or top 10 hardest hitters that I've faced.
Combat or
That he's faced.
that he's
Just motherfuckers who hit him.
No, he's gassing you.
No.
You got to start laying it.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt me. All right. Now, honestly, I would believe that. Because I haven't seen all your fights, but I watched you and that one dude, Hendry. You have excellent boxing.
I appreciate it.
Like, and I can see the power because it's so tight the way you throw everything. Word. Yeah. So I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, first time after we hard spar, I was like, yo, I think that's the hardest motherfucker hit me.
Dead ass?
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy.
I remember that. I'm not gonna lie. That's a vivid memory in my head when y'all first sparred.
Yeah.
Because you was throwing leg kicks. He was yeah.
Okay. But the thing is, like, I've been wobbled, I've been rocked before, but like it wasn't even something that hard. But like when you was throwing shit at me, I was like, oh shit, like
it's clean.
Yeah, it's clean. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay. It really had me in my head. I was like, yo, I don't want to know if I want to catch one of these like clean on the
For sure.
down.
Man, the 4-ounce glove, right?
It's different.
That 4-ounce glove, motherfucker. Because at one time, so there's two instances, like I can say honestly, and then I'll give you my freaking first hard sparring story, because nigga, y'all being modest, because nigga, my first time hard sparring, it was the worst.
Cool.
Probably in history. Deliverance.
Oh shit.
Deliverance, bro. This my motherfucker. Deliverance is one of those people that it's like he can take off for like a year or two and come back like shit don't ever change. That nigga. But
You from the Congo?
I don't know where the fuck
You from the Congo, bro? I got a boy from. They built different, bro. My boy from the Congo. We're in, like, from where we live right now. He lives like 5 minutes from here. He went from here to Charlotte. Just because I never ran that far. He ran all the way down 29 to uptown Charlotte. just ran it. And then I was like, yo, you want to start running in the morning? He was like, yeah, I be running from here. I run like up by the speedway. But like, bro, he's different, bro. From the Congo. We'll take months off the gym, start lifting 2 weeks already. Like, we'll be just, bro, they different.
It's just fucking crazy, bro. And then it's like, you know, it's like when we first got in there, I was out of shape as fuck. Like, I was damn near almost 200 pounds when I
Is that what you started it?
I started with
Like training?
No, I started training at another gym. It's called UFC.
No, is that why you started? Because you were like overweight or something?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, bro, like, cause when I was in school, like, I gained like 40 pounds just because all it was school, food, all they serving you in the cafeteria.
He was drinking?
No, not just fucking being a fat ass. Like, it was just, I was just, eating. It's a whole bunch of carbs. So all you do is school, sleep, eat. School, sleep, eat. School, sleep, eat. And no exercise whatsoever type shit. And then one day I was just like, I need to do something that's gonna freaking motivate me to go, because I don't like working out at gyms. I don't like doing that. So I saw Tyron Woodley fighting for the title. I forgot who he was, and I was like, yeah, I can do. Not like I can do that. Like, I can do that. I was just like, that would make me want to, like, it was killing two birds with one stone. One, it was like, I am going to learn how to fight, learn how to defend myself better, and I'm gonna lose weight at the same time. So it was like a no-brainer. That was gonna keep me motivated. And so that's why I really started MMA. And then went to Highstein thinking I was good. Went in there, they threw me in there. Mind you, Deliverance is like a week out, 2 weeks out from a fight. So this nigga is top notch shape, nigga. Top notch shape.
He's in shape not before a fight.
Right. This nigga isn't top notch straight. And this motherfucker put me in there for a round. And I guess he had the bodies. Coach Tom's looking around like that. You know how he does that.
Shit.
This guy wants to fight. I think he wants to fight. Emanuel, come in here. And I'm like, oh shit. I guess they kind of fuck with me. They think I'm a little good to beat him in hard spar with this motherfucker. And I'm like, oh shit. And so we start sparring and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming in. And then I said, boom, boom. And I rocked him. And he came back out like, some shit. Yes, and then he said, I don't know what happened. I just know I'm on the ground. Like, I know he hit me. He came back and hit me too, because he got off the fence. And then I'm on the ground. Oh, he took me down. Boom, threw me on the ground and just started beating me like.
Oh my god. Like you stole something.
And Taco, I don't know if you ever been at Highstein. Taco's sitting right here, and I'm looking up at Taco going like. Like my head is just like bouncing off the floor, and then all I hear is Taco. Taco's like, "Yo, D, that's your teammate." And then, damn, yeah, like that's how bad he was. He's like, "That's your teammate." He was like, "Oh," and just keep beating me. And then so several times like, "All right, stand back up." And then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Where is the bell? Where is the bell at this point?" Like, and then he picked me up again. Boom, did the same thing, and that was just ended around. It was hard.
For Taco to say that, bro, because
Taco to say that
very well, but Taco doesn't seem like the mercy type of guy.
It was. He
would have had to really. He would have probably been. He was hitting you.
It was like if we were on like the street somewhere. It was just me and him. He would have killed me that day. For sure. It would have been like a death.
No gloves.
No gloves. As we was like on the street, and it was just me and him that day somewhere with nobody else. Nigga, it'd have been it. I'd have been dead that day.
How was it starting to compete for you? Because I remember I got a little bit of taste of competition when I was doing Taekwondo in high school and stuff like that. Because we went out to do like tournaments and stuff like that. So that kind of got me into like not being so nervous when you're actually going against someone. Because you kind of got into it because you want to train, right? So you never really thought about like, oh, what is it gonna be like when I have to fight another human being?
Right.
For real.
Mm-hmm. When I first competed, like I was excited, but also like nervous as hell. Like I was just like, you know, every time I walk out, I'm nervous. It's not like a nervous to where like I'm scared to fight. It's a nervous to to like I want to win. I just like want to win, and like I just don't want no bullshit to happen. And then like, and even sometimes like I'm just like, why the fuck am I here? Like I could be doing something else right now. But then once you get in there, it's like, man, fuck it, I'm fighting now. Like it's like one of those things. But it wasn't. It gets scary at first because you just want to win. I think that's a scary. Your fear is to lose.
It's not the fear of the fight. It's the fear of, and it's honestly, it's not even the fear of the loss. It's the fear of like what people will think, how will you be perceived, etc.
Right.
Maybe how you view yourself, especially when, like you said, you go from a place of being like, oh damn, I'm really good, and then you're like, oh fuck,
there's somebody nice. There's somebody nice, and then it goes to, and going off that point too, it's just like you got like when you step in that cage, it's like when Coach Time and when at the time Coach Tony is like, it's only you in there, so fuck what anybody else thinks, fuck with anybody, like, cause motherfucker don't know what we had to do to get there. Like one of my fights, I had food poisoning. That I lost. It was 2 of my fights that I lost. I had food poisoning before I got in there, and then like 2 days before, and then the other one when I fought Aaron, and I lost. I had cut weight like twice. Like I had like cut too much weight or something like that. I would look like shit. Like if you look at the 2 thumbnails, the next time you on YouTube and look at my name, look at that was at 140, and then look at my fight with Addison. And that was at 135, and just tell me which the difference. You can tell in the Addison one, I look stronger, it looked more in shape, and I just didn't know how to cut weight at the time. I just did some bullshit. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, and the highest one, it wasn't really probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was my fault. It was my fault. I can take credit on that because I just didn't really understand the weight cut, or the seriousness of the weight cut. So I just did it.
Were you fighting growing up?
Yeah, did you get into any like street fights or any?
For sure.
Yeah.
I actually got into more. I wasn't like the fighter like by any means. No, hell no. I wasn't like the fighter by any means. I think I got in more fights as an adult than I got as a child. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, working security, like I got more fights.
Security.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I got more fights now than I did as a kid because I was like kind of likable, just like one of the likable short guys and everybody knew type shit. You know that one, it's like everybody knew type shit, and it was just like one of those things that I didn't really get into too much fights. I got more fights now, and then when I was working security, it kind of plenty fights.
Yeah, and like it was kind of
plenty fights.
You gonna call security on me?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get. I'm just trying to go at. And like when I first started, like it was like trying to prove myself, but I'm just trying to go home, bro. But if we have to take it there, you better know what you're doing.
Were you whooping people, drunk people?
Man,
Were you training yet?
Yeah, I was training.
Oh, I was training for experience league.
Yeah, I was.
Like, you don't really want to do this, buddy.
I literally, I give motherfuckers a pass. Like, I literally, when I do security, I give motherfuckers like passes. Like, they can talk all they want, everything like that. Because I'm really not trying to go home. And once you fight, you really know the dangers of fighting. Yeah. Like, you really know the danger. Anybody that knows how to fight knows the dangers. Like, I can just hit this motherfucker. You don't know if he gonna hit his head on the ground, type shit. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how you gonna feel. So that's why I just completely just be cool about it, because you don't know what can happen at that moment in time. There's not a fucking mat. There's no refs or anything like that. You want to play jujitsu on the ground. His boy's gonna kick you in the fucking head. You want to be on top of him, beating him. You don't know if his boy got a bottle. Yeah. So
I mean, guns nowadays too.
It's like fighting
guns and not like, bro. Like, I just want to go home. I'm just trying to make this easy money and go home. Like, I don't give a fuck about it, bro. You want to fight in the club? There's bitches around. Like, what are we doing?
Right? Why are you touching me?
Yeah. I'm trying to fight because I can't get no bitches.
That's literally how it is. So
right? You gotta kick a motherfucker out because he making the shorties feel uncomfortable. That's a beast in the heat. Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like we all know that. We all know we can see that person that you're talking about in our head. So it's just like, I just be like, I'll be just trying to fucking move out the way and try to make the easiest money possible without like having to put my hands on somebody, you know.
When you were younger, were you fighting?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but like I'm a fighter. Yes, but not by like because I was starting shit.
You was starting it.
I was not.
Oh, okay,
Nah.
okay.
I'm a chill person too, I guess. Like, I don't start shit. But my friends were kind of crazy. So, like, what happened? Bree was like peeing on somebody's lawn.
Who's Bree?
My friend Bree, my best friend, she's like 4'9".
The one about to fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's talking about a human being right now.
Yeah.
He was just peeing on somebody's lawn.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought we had skipped past that. Yeah, she was peeing on somebody's lawn, and then it was in Jersey too. So shorties is crazy over there. Like they go off on people for no reason. And she was like, "Cochina, cochina," out the window. I was like, "Who the fuck is you calling cochina, bro?" That's cochina's like nasty.
Okay.
You know. And anyways, I got into some beef with this bitch because she was calling my friend out of her name and shit like that. And then 2 weeks later, like I'm walking around in the carnival, and I hear like, well, I see people following me, and I think it was Shorty. I recognized her, and she caught up with me, and she was like, "Yo, you trying to fight?" I was like, "Actually, no, I don't want to fight, bro." And then I turned around, I went to leave, but she was like, "All right, then, pussy." I was like, oh, "Okay, I gotta fight."
Now we gotta fight now.
We have to fight.
I don't know what that is for girls, but I don't know what the word is for girls that's like the fight starter, but I don't know as a dude,
Pussy is one of them.
you can be, it's that B word, that bitch word, bitch word. It's like, bitch. It's like that's, I don't know how it is for you, but it's like.
What's your fighting word?
Like what's your trigger fight? Like,
It's the word that's like, all right, I gotta put hands on you.
And now what's up? Cause I'll show you, bitch.
I'll show you a bitch. I'll show you a pussy.
What's your fight trigger?
Fight trigger. Honestly, my fight trigger probably wouldn't be a word. So I actually grew up getting into a lot of fights too, but it was usually like on behalf of someone else or something happening. Like, I don't know. I guess words never really like affected me, but like I don't know. So I started getting into fighting because I was just fighting a lot as a kid. I was just kind of sick. Like I had like older siblings who would beat the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Like I'm Jamaican. Like I don't know. You know, disciplining your kids a little different. So growing up, bro, I was just kind of like I was one of those kids where like you know they paid a little extra attention to because I was doing a little too much type shit. You know what I mean? And then as I got older, I don't know. I feel like my relation with it just started getting different as I got older because I was always in these situations where they were telling me, bro, you're going to be dead or in jail if you don't fucking stop. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, I had to like move schools, like talking crazy to my teachers. Like, I was just really like angry. And that was also when I was wrestling. And honestly, one of the reasons cause I was wrestling in school and I took a break and I didn't for a while. Because like I had this real, like there's fighting and there's like violence. And like, I had this yearning of violence that was like uncomfortable for me. I think I was dealing with shit at like home and I didn't know how to deal with it.
You wanted to express yourself some way.
Yeah, but I realized I was using the opportunity the wrong way. Like I've never been in a fight where it was like, oh, we gonna meet up at this time. It was always very emotional. And then I would bring those emotions to like the wrestling rooms or whatever. And then I remember one time, bro, I just had this kid in this position where I was like really hurt. Like his back was bent in a way it shouldn't have been. And like, I was just like, when I said I was like, just like a little sick. I wasn't happy with who I was. And like, I don't even like saying it, but like, I was like holding his hand so he couldn't tap just so I could like hurt him a little more. And like, that really fucked with me, especially because it was a time where I like really wasn't fucking with religion. I was like, I was just like, it really fucked with me. So then by the time I was an adult, it was different. Like I was like, fighting scared me more because I was just like, not like I can't control myself, but it's just like so many people I know aren't here or in bad situations, people I grew up with. And I was just like, I know that if I don't like get this under control, it could go bad. And like I would be getting into situations, and that's why I got back to training, because one time I almost fought this kid at the gym, and like just in retrospect, I realized like, oh, I would have fucked him up like real bad, like to like where it was like weeks after I couldn't calm myself down. Like I was like, you know, like I don't know, when I was a kid, bro, like they used to try to put me on medications, all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why I just be smoking, I'd be chilling, you know what I mean? I always try to I'll try to do whatever. But now I also find that like sometimes it's hard for me to get started because I realize like even when I feel it, like sometimes in the gym I'll have good sessions. Maybe like something happens, I get hit away that just like sparks something. But the issue is like it's hard for me to turn that shit off. Like I'll be in my car like really about to like fight people like road like it's hard for me to turn it off. It's not like it's here, now we're good, haha, you know what I mean? Because when I be seeing you guys, you know, you see me chilling, blah blah blah. There's some people who don't know me like that, you know, like it's real, like they don't know me like that. And where they probably see me on the internet, think I'm being like fake or whatever because like they just know a different side of me. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure it out these days, you know.
As you get older, though, you kind of stop losing like care for certain things. Like we have so much shit to do now that's like you can't give your energy to certain things. You know?
I agree.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
How old are you?
27 as of last month.
Yeah. Oh, what? Happy belated birthday. I remember that. I remember you had a birthday. I just didn't remember how old you were.
Yup, 27.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all ever deal with anything like that? Like when, like I don't know, was like anger ever a thing for you guys?
Yeah, bro.
Where like you had to really like control it, or was it ever a time where like it really felt like it was controlling you, almost ruining your life?
I have the closest story I have is to where I had an encounter, a road rage encounter, to where like it was me and my old car. It was an Infiniti G35. My dad had bought it for me, and this guy in this work truck. This guy in this work truck was doing something stupid. He just cut me off, and then my dumb ass and shit like that. He cut me off. I get beside him. We start arguing. I took my cup and threw it at him because I was so mad.
Out the window?
Yes, I threw it at his car, and then he came back around, sped up, and then threw something at my car. Luckily, my ex was in the car, and I had my gun in there. I was like, literally, if he stopped in front of me, I was like, literally, if my ex wasn't there, like she was sitting here holding me back, because I was in a rage, like a blind rage. That was the turning point to where I was like, oh, I got to do something about this. Because I was such in a blind rage. If she wasn't there, I'd have went to jail that day on my dad's life. I'd have went to jail that day because that was how bad I was enraged. I was enraged because he threw that shit at my car. And like, if I didn't have her right there, I would have been in jail. I'd been in jail. Yeah, yes, it was. But I don't know what he did to make me that mad. But it was something because he either cut me off or like broke. It was like something. It was like he just did something.
Yeah.
To where I was like, yo, what the fuck? What is wrong with you?
See, my road rage is the complete opposite. Like someone cut me off, I don't care. But you honk at me, I don't know why. That should be like just like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm minding my business. You know
Like,
what I mean?
It's like with the excessive honk or just like a honk.
I'm sensitive, bro. Like, don't honk at me. Like, sometimes a car will honk, and I don't even know if they're at me, and I just feel myself like, what the fuck? Like,
You don't like that noise, maybe. It's the noise that irritates you.
I don't know, man. I'm still to this day doing a lot of soul searching. You know what I mean? Figuring out like who I am, why I am the way I am. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Do you bring that in the cage with you? Like
What?
That like the feeling you have when you're.
Hell no.
No.
I bring this sense of like be aware of danger, but not really anger. I haven't faced that opponent yet to where our emotions are involved. I haven't faced an opponent like that. I would like to see how I perform with that, but I try not to, just because
It won't really help you.
it won't really help you. And like, I hit hard, but I don't really gas myself out, because I'll be like, yeah, try to gas yourself out, then because you're so blinded by this fucking, I gotta fucking stay right here, but still defend myself.
The reason I ask is because like, I feel like for me, I don't want to bring that, but like, you know, whenever I like it creeps up on me, like I'm like, damn, that was way better. You know what I mean? like that was way better.
different.
But like I said, it's one of those like things where it's hard to turn on and off. You know what I mean? Like that shit do kind of like be taking over my life sometimes. You know what I mean? Like just like I'll just be like combative overall. Like, you know, a little more argumentative. But, you know, being aware of it is kind of like the thing that like helps with that type shit. But that is something I'm trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Especially with like hard sparring. Anytime I'm doing like some sort of competition thing though, like I'll never hold back. You know what I mean? But it's just like whenever I'm in a situation where like I'm like, this isn't real and you got to like be able to like control yourself, I feel like sometimes I really do struggle with those. You know?
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Like, I'll be wanting to hit a motherfucker hard, but I'll be like, I just gotta, like, sometimes it's weird, bro. Like, I feel like if I might like it in a way that I shouldn't. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm just...
Nah, you know what? Listen, bro.
But it's when it's with my people, you know what I mean? When it's with, like, people I'm fucking with, you know what I mean? Like, where I'm genuinely, like, I don't want to see you hurt type shit.
Right.
Because, like, I don't know, bro.
But you're not intentionally trying to hurt them.
I know, but...
It is training.
You ever heard a person... No, bro. Sometimes, all right. And I've been training, right? Accidentally dropped somebody at CCS. Felt like shit, but like was like in that moment I realized like, oh shit, like I was like I fucking like that too much. But I was like, and like I didn't want to stop, and I don't know, bro. That should be like overwhelming me, bro. Cause like I'm like when I was younger, bro, I was like I said, I was just sick, dog. Like, I was really I was trying to like really like end motherfuckers shit, you know what I mean? Like I would bring like weapons to school type shit. Like, I was on some other shit, you know what I mean? So like I'm just like just knowing people who like, you know, one of my boys I grew up with, like just like me and him was doing everything together, bro. And like just like bro's just been in jail for so long. And I was like, damn, like that shit would have been like, you know, some of my other homies just like dead now and all that type of shit. It's just like it's just so easy to get caught up, and it's just like it only takes 30 seconds to fuck the rest of your life up.
For sure.
Or it takes, like you said, bro, it's hitting that person, like, you know, you on the street or whatever, they hit their head, and now it's like, whoa, I didn't even start this. But, like, now what, you know? I feel like I've always felt like I'm going to find myself in that situation, so that's what makes me train, but it also, I feel like, is what, like, holds me back, because I'm like, damn, how do I balance that shit? I need, like, a fucking Mr. Miyagi, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just me trying to figure that shit out. But I want kids and shit, so I'm like, damn, I really got to figure that shit out, because I can't have them fucking wilding, you know? And I can't wild in front of my kids.
It's, for me, MMA is controlled violence. I love violence. Like, I actually enjoy punching people.
Okay.
That doesn't make me a bad person. I like it. I like to hit you. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad if they're hitting you back, and it's fair game. You know what I'm saying? I like violence, and that's okay. I don't have bad intentions when I'm hitting you. I'm not trying to, like, kill you, you know? I'm not trying to, like, if I seen you, like, okay, you're done, you're done. Don't be a bitch, though, because we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's fine. I think you just gotta accept that you like violence. It's okay.
That might be it. You just like violence, and I think that the field that we're in, there's nothing wrong with that, because, like, nigga, if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
But you see motherfuckers where, like, they outside the cage, that shit don't stop. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm like,
That's the crazies, though.
I'm not crazy.
I don't feel like you're crazy.
But I don't think that I'm crazy. I don't think anyone's crazy. I think that there's people who are eccentric. They got a lot of like energy, and they view the world a little differently. Where I know that like I'm in that category. You know what I mean? Like, or I'm not gonna say in that category, but I know that like just because of like you know, like just growing up, how they were making shit out in school, I was like, okay, I know the way I think. Like, you guys probably want to say that I'm not crazy, but like, you know,
when you're younger, it's not cool. When you're the trendsetter, it's not cool. Never be the trendsetter. I mean, do be the trendsetter.
What do you mean
know
about that?
Far, cause listen, my friend Bree, right? Bangs of Bree. So she used to dye her hair like you, kind of thing, like colors, hella colors all over. She was like a scene kid. But we lived in the middle of, like, Dover, New Jersey. It's, like, hella, like, history. Nah, it's hella Hispanics, and, like, it's poverty, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we kind of have, like, older views. Like, the little girls are dressing up to, like, kid guys at, like, fucking, like, 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was definitely outside. I didn't know if I like boys, girls, or what the fuck until, like, I was, like, 17 or some shit like that. So I wasn't I wasn't really fucking with the vibes, you know. And neither was Bree, but Bree was eccentric with it, and she was like in your face about it, like, yeah, I'm different. And what I had beef with her when I first met her, because I was like, why you dressed like that? Like that?
You're a bully.
Yeah, kind of like, why you think you can do that? Like, why you think you can go outside the norm? You know?
Yeah, but see, I was a kid where like, if you said that to me, I wouldn't give a fuck. But if you said that to somebody, like, I would just react. Like, I was reactive. Like, I wasn't. Now I try to be more responsive. Like, respond instead of react. But, like, you shouldn't. Because motherfuckers would be like, bro, people control you. You know, they'd be like, you know, now I'll be like, I'm sensitive. I'll accept that. People be like, you sensitive. Like, shut the fuck. I fought people for calling me sensitive.
Oh, that's the fighting word.
Maybe. Yeah. Now that I think about it. But now I claim it a little bit because I'm just like, it was after, like, one time, like, I'm at work and I'm really about to fight this guy for calling me sensitive. And he's like, bro, look at you right now. And I had to look at me and I was like, damn, that did rile up. Like, you know, that did make me feel emotional. So, like, that's why now I try to not let nobody say, like, have an emotional, like, effect on me. But I do realize, like, I'm sensitive. Like, if my grandma said something, like, slightly, like, disapproving, like, that shit would, like, fuck me up. You know what I mean? But, like, someone who, like, anyone else, like sticks and stones, you know what I mean?
Right.
But my grandma was like, I don't like those shoes. I'm, damn, like, bro.
You don't like these grandma.
Yeah, when people are real close, it's different. It's different, bro.
No, I feel that. Maybe that's that trigger word, bro. That's a sensitive word.
Nah, I think only, like, people close to me could trigger me. I think that's what it is. It's not a word. It's just, like, you gotta...
You care about.
Yeah, like, if I don't care what you... And maybe it's because, like, I grew up on the internet, so, like, bro, I've been reading comments. Like, you know what I mean? It's just another comment. Like, that shit don't hurt unless it, like, it really did hurt. Like, you know, you could say whatever on the internet, but I guess if it's something specific, and you gotta know me to be able to, like, specifically hurt me, like, you gotta know where that shit stings.
We're vulnerable enough to
know, you know.
You are,
yeah,
shitting on you.
Yeah, if you say something overall, oh, you bitch. I mean, you a bitch.
They'll care.
Like, what?
That's why I'm getting into fights. Like, I mean, when I was younger, I shouldn't have, but, you know, this is what it is. Like, there's not an adult that could really get me out of character nowadays. What the fuck? All right, you can't whip my ass, though.
Right? Oh, you mean, like, oh, okay. I thought when I was a kid, when I knew adults couldn't, like, touch me, I was out of pocket. Like, in school, that was the problem. I'm like, you're not gonna touch me because my mom gonna come here.
Right.
So, like, you could shut the fuck. Yeah, I was like, bro, I remember one time the teacher didn't let me go pee. Like, I was in high school, he wouldn't let me go pee. So I was like, bro, you being a pussy right now. And then bro was like, so I left to go pee. He was like, if you leave, I was like, I have to pee. He wouldn't let me pee. So I went to go walk out. And I was like, Brian, I have to pee. I'll be right back. Like, I have to. There was someone else out, 2 people out. But he let 2 out at a time. And one came back. So I was like, can I go now? He was like, nah. Bro, and it was the girl who'd be, like, skipping class to go smoke cigarettes. Like, you know she not coming back, Dad. So I'm like, yo, I go pee. He's like, nah. And I was like, look, I'm not trying to disrespect you, but I have to. So I got up to go use the bathroom. He was like, if you leave, you better not step back foot in my class, blah, blah, blah. I was kind of blanked. I'm like, bro, you being a fucking pussy, blah, blah. I went to go pee, went straight to the office. It was what happened. I was like, told me he was being a pussy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck? Like, I had to piss. And, like, you know, I'm ramped up now. And then, hey, let me go back.
I hate one of them teachers, bro. I'm glad we're having this therapy session, but I'm saying, like,
you had a teacher like that?
I had a fucking bro. Teachers just, like, it's just one of those teachers where they just want to be a dickhead,
right?
They just want to be a dickhead just because they can,
and they got control issues or whatever.
Control issues,
yeah.
Bro. I've had that. It's like teachers, security, bro. I done seen some wild shit just because of a motherfucker like just wanting to be tough and be security. Like, it just be like, bro, you did not have to do this. You did not have to
yoking people.
It's yoking people, beating on people. Like, bro, like, people just, like, it's the wildest thing to be in security sometimes, because I just be seeing people get their ass beat for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, we could have handled that a different way.
Could have pushed him out.
We could have handled that a different way, bro. For real. Like, that was seen just because the motherfuckers can, bro. It's to your point. It was just one of those things that were like, dude, I know plenty of teachers that was just dickheads for no reason.
Dickheads,
not
bro.
be no dickhead, bro.
Now that I'm older, I'm like, your life just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you're around children all day, and, like, you need a sense of authority, whatever, you know. It's kind of like how some
Exactly.
motherfuckers become cops and then they like be abusing the shit because like their life sucks. Bro, I remember.
Or they were just nobody growing up.
Yeah.
It was just like you were just a nobody growing up. You probably was bullied or something. You can just tell. You can just tell. Like just,
I know a kid like that. We grew up together, and then one time I saw him, and he was a cop now, and I was like, "Oh, you a cop?" And I was like, "Okay,
I can see that.
let's see how this plays out."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you a cop locally, like he pulled me over, but you know, like I said, bro, like I was never a bully. I was cool with people. Like I was just not cool with people who was fucking with people. But like everyone else, I was like, if I don't got no problem. So you know, it was cool that he was a cop. He let me off. But I was like, I know there's motherfuckers you don't like. I know there's
Can't
motherfuckers
wait to play out motherfuckers.
right?
I just can't wait. Don't let me catch y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, because you pulled me over right on the same street we went to high school. You know what I mean? Like if your family lived around there, you bound to see him. And I know he's giving out tickets.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, okay.
He probably gets some shirties too.
That was like, see that 10 right there, Daquan. I mean, I used to
Yeah, what was he? Was he white or?
Yeah, he's white.
they had the 10, Daquan. And it also smells a little weedish in here. Let's step out the car and some shit like that. Nah, that shit great. Nah, that shit's
Yeah, fuck. I was gonna say fuck 12, but I don't know.
12, man.
My relationship with that changing, you know what I mean? Because like if some crazy shit happen, I'm gonna want to call the cops, but like I don't want them to fuck with me. I think certain shit just shouldn't be illegal. I should be able to smoke all the time.
gonna come in.
I don't even consider that shit illegal, no cap.
Not no more. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say it shouldn't be illegal. What we deem her. It's just like, I guess it's just like certain shit shouldn't be illegal. Just like if the motherfucker want to smoke weed, why can't my motherfuckers just smoke cigarettes? It just don't make sense. Certain shit like that makes sense, but like certain shit should be illegal. Like
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like cops are necessary. But I feel like a lot of times all my interactions with cops has never been because they was helping me out. They was just fucking my day up some way, somehow. Like I've never been saved by a cop. Like, you know, I've never. And I remember one time my car fucking my battery died. A cop pulled up like, what's going on here? I was like, oh, my battery's dead. Someone's gonna come help. He was like, all right, skirt it off. And I was like, damn, I thought maybe you might have. Like, I was glad he skirted off, but I was like, that's kind of crazy. Because I feel like I had a boy coming.
Okay, your boy was
Yeah,
the cop.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing. He was like, oh, you good, and skirted off. And I was like, bro, if there isn't.
You figured out.
Yeah.
wasn't to really serve anything.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, just cops will come from like, you know, noise complaints if something's loud or you get pulled over, you got a headlight out. Like, really, dog? A headlight? Like, there's crazy shit happening. I know it's their job. That's why I'm saying my relationship with fuck 12 is just like, if I needed to, I would like to be able to call them up and be like, yo, there's blah, blah, blah. But I feel like thus far in my life, they just been really trying to like get petty money out of me. And I'm just like, come on, there has to be more than this. Because don't they get paid off like quota? Like you got to get certain amount of tickets. I mean, you know, it's just, the system's fucked up. It's not their fault, but I don't know, man. It's borderline fuck 12. Borderline.
What they gotta stand by. Fuck what they standing on type shit. Not the actual people doing it. It's 'cause I know a few cops and it's like they're my age and it's weird seeing people my age be police.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know what the fuck I do. Yeah. You know, like I know how I am. I can't imagine someone upholding the fucking law or whatever you call it. Anyways, it's just weird. So you kind of personalize the police now because they're regular people, but what they gotta do is stupid.
Yeah, and if you keep saying fuck 12, then no good people are gonna become cops because they're gonna be like, oh nah, nobody likes cops. So that's why it's borderline. I'm on the fence. You know what I mean? It's a moving scale.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I definitely feel what you're saying. Certain situational.
Can I ask you another question? Let's see if I got a good one.
I got a lot of questions for you, bro. I got so many.
We just been fucking therapy session.
Yeah. But it's good, you know, like you learn about people, and honestly, that's one of my favorite things about the podcast is I feel like people be coming on here, and then like something that people tell me they get from interviews, they'd be like, I learned stuff about this person who I didn't expect to like learn this about. You know what I mean? Like seeing like a different side of people.
You're right.
Shit.
Exactly.
Cause you never really, when we train with each other, I would have never known that you're
Charlemagne, the
a
guy.
sharp young man that like does things outside of training. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know shit about each other.
until we like actually see like get into like our lives, like even either on the internet or just like conversating with each other, right?
Yeah, we don't get to do that often. We just punch and chill in.
I'd be curious on people's outfits. Like when I be seeing people out, I'd be like, I like seeing how like, yeah, what you dress like. You think it's the style?
Yeah.
Sometimes I would be recognizing people in regular clothes, and I'd be like, oh shit, that's how you step in. Okay, I see you.
When I saw you actually get dressed up or dressed back up, when I was like, I knew this. I knew this what he dressed like. I knew this what he would dress like. It wasn't bad. It was fashionable. Yeah, like it was like vintage shit. I don't know what it was. I just knew the style. I knew the type of style that Samaj had. I knew the style.
Yeah, Samaj got a cool style.
Yeah, cool style.
What would you call that? Like,
It's just like certain shit that you can't do. It's just like certain shit like I can't pull that off.
you know, Lisa?
I don't think I can.
You can't pull off a fucking button up.
No, I'm talking about like the beard.
Oh, the
Like
beard?
I'm saying like certain like some people have a certain style that you just know like, oh, I can't pull that shit off. Only he can pull this off. And they did.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, I'm just like, nigga, I can't do that shit. I'm not gonna try. Like all kudos to bro. I'm like,
Kudos to-
Yeah, so one thing I realized about myself is like I compartmentalize like the things in my life. Like people who know me through the music don't really understand the fight, and people who know me through the fight don't really know the other side of stuff. Do you feel that in the sense of like people who know you through like work, like not the security shit, but the other stuff? Do they like view you as a completely like when you're like, oh yeah, I fight? Are they like, what?
yeah, oh, of course. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't, because like honestly, like I'm pretty much like the nicest person to people. Like, and then when they see that I fight, it's like, wow, I can imagine you doing something like that, just because of their perception of what MMA really is. Like, yeah, to answer that question, it's like, yeah, it's like in both realms, like you wanna know I was doing public relations, launching a new freaking league for a high celebrity, like high-end celebrity type thing. So it was just like one of those things to where like, yeah, like bridging that gap and showing people the different sides is like kind of crazy. And then dang, I had another point to that. I don't know. I had another point to that, but yeah, it's answering that question. Like, yeah.
Well, I guess it goes the other way too, because like you said, you were like, you would have never known the stuff that he does. You know, you just viewed him as a motherfucker who show up to fight, and then who knows what the fuck's going on when you're not here.
Yeah, we all have things going on that nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? We do spend a lot of time together though.
Yeah. I be thinking that I'm like, bro, I be seeing like it's crazy. Like I see you more than I see my grandma.
Damn.
I just do.
Yeah.
Like I'm like that's crazy. Like I thus far this year I've seen you guys more than like my own family. So it's like you do end up seeing people so much.
Yeah, creating that bond and everything like that. That's what I've gotten from the gym too. Just like a brotherhood, sisterhood that we get from this shit. Like you get a punch on the face and then be cool afterwards.
So like yeah, what is that like? Because you've been with the team you're with right now for like quite some time. Yeah. I was looking at old photos and I'm like, dang, like I be seeing photos of you, Brian, Taco, and I'm just like, you guys look like different people, like completely different people at these stages in your life so many years ago back. Like, what has it been like, especially with like seeing someone like Brian go from, you know, training with you, fighting on the local stuff, to seeing him emerge to the UFC and stuff like that?
I feel like when Brian made it to UFC, it opened a lot of our eyes to where it's like, this shit is not impossible.
This is possible.
Yeah, this shit is really not impossible. Like Brian is a different species when it comes to fucking his cardio, him motherfucking walking motherfuckers down, all that shit. But like Coach says all the time, Brian is not the most talented in the gym. Brian just changed his mindset. Brian just said, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make it there. To where however that looks like, Brian just said, I'm just doing this shit. And granted, adding that on top of what he is now, he's a motherfucking monster. Like, so that seeing that now, seeing where he is now is surreal, and it's like cool as hell, and it's like I seen where he started type shit. Like motherfucker he was just wrecking people. It was like no choice. And then like that goes for a lot of our teammates. Like if we did certain things to like just flip that switch, we could all be where he is now type thing. So it's not impossible.
When you say flip that switch, I know you're talking about the like mentality
Dedication.
Dedication, okay.
Yeah. Because MMA really, like if you really think about it, MMA is the only sport you can really do after high school. Because like once you're out of high school, if you don't make it with a scholarship to like D1 schools or so much, you're not going to the league.
Yeah.
You're not going to the league. Like it's over.
There is rugby, but it's a little different. Like,
Like watch rugby?
they don't make money like it depends on how much money you're trying to make, but I do hear what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like, bro, MMA is the only sport that you can do that in.
Like anyone could just jump in
And change,
sign up,
and
you know.
change their motherfucking life. Change their motherfucking life.
That's not bad enough. You can actually do it.
Exactly.
Real gladiator shit.
All right, so you're an MMA fan, is what you told me.
Right.
You watch UFC. You say you do a little bit of betting, right?
Yeah.
Not just local fights, right? Do you bet on UFC fights?
Yeah, I bet on UFC fights. Yeah, I bet you can't really bet on like local fights because it's not like really big enough.
Okay.
You trying to get him to snitch on himself right now.
Not really. Not being very vague.
I bet.
Not
No.
federal.
You need like, I bet this guy's gonna win. I bet he's gonna win.
I fucking
Bragging rights.
yeah. It's like fucking yeah. So like I bet on like MMA all the time. I sports bet a lot. So
Okay. We're not gonna get into the gambling, but I wanted to ask, who's your favorite UFC fighter? Who's your favorite fighter of all time? UFC fighter of all time, and who's like a modern time like favorite UFC fighter?
all time, I would say Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
And then what got me into MMA, Tyron Woodley. And my favorite fighter right now is probably Ilya Taporia.
No, it's not.
That's what I got. I just love his style. Like I'm always a big fan of like I started out with boxing before I came into MMA.
Yeah.
So I look at him and I see his boxing. I'm like, that's the type of hands I want. I was like, those he got hands. Like he got hands.
Fast hand. No, that's my favorite fighter right now.
Right.
That's my favorite fighter right now. All time, Rampage. Yikes.
Okay.
You know. But right now, Ilya Topuria is killing the game.
Yeah, I love anybody that has a good boxing style, like Max, Calvin Cater, like anybody that has a good boxing style. That's who I like really kind of gravitate to, because I like boxing in my fights. I like striking, but boxing in there, I really like to do.
Yeah, it's satisfying to watch. But you're also a really good wrestler, though.
I'm all right. But I feel like I'm all right when it comes to like, it's always crazy because Taco says it to me all the time, which is my teammate. He's like, he'll say, you striking here, but when you get into the fight, you wrestle. Like, it's like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know.
I can see Taco saying that.
He's like, you strike all the way in here. Maybe just because like motherfuckers in there are just better wrestlers than me or something like that, or they just know. Like I'm not about to just be shooting like that, but you know,
You an MMA fighter.
yeah, interested in me.
Yeah, if you could wrestle, motherfucker. If you gonna strike,
Right.
and if you gonna strike, like you gonna wrestle, bro.
Right. I just, yeah, I wrestled in fights. Have I shot in all my fights? I don't feel like I've shot in all my fights, but most of my fights, I don't know if I think I struck in most of my fights. I don't know. I gotta look back at them, but I do wrestle in my fights too, as well.
Word. Shamik was not here with us today. He was supposed to be. But you have a big rivalry with Shamik Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
In basketball or MMA?
Oh, basketball?
Yeah, let's hear the basketball. That's
He's not good at basketball.
Wow. You heard it here first.
No, second.
Oh, you've been letting them know.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, Shamik's not good at basketball.
Damn.
I don't know. Like he's not good, right? He's not good, right?
You say he not good at basketball?
Yeah, he's not good at basketball, right?
That's what you saying, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you agree, right?
You know what? I'm good at basketball. I can say that.
You're probably better than him. Like you're better than him.
I'm better than most people.
Okay, well, thanks. As long as he got that.
And most people in general at basketball. He recording it here. You need double the.
Just to make sure that we caught that on record.
Yeah, nah, it's like we basically grew up in this shit together type shit.
Like we started around the same time,
Yeah,
same year.
same year. I think he started at highest time before me, but I've always done, like, I did karate back in high school, wrestling in high school, fucking box before I came to MMA.
So you guys are just good partners.
Yeah, we always just like our main. That's our main. It's our main. My boy Colin talking about these best. It's our main freaking smart partner.
How long has that relationship been developing? Like, how long has it been like that?
Probably going on 5 years.
Damn.
We've been sparring each other. We've been sparring each other for like 5 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time to be sparring somebody. So yeah, he's developed his game tremendously. Freaking, he just been rolling. Like, I mean, when he had 5 fights in a year that year type shit, and yeah, he's just been rolling. It's not even like it's like a brotherly rivalry. Like, it's like, I'm not trying to be, but I'm trying to chase him in the fact of where he's at right now, just because he's a pro and everything like that. But it's not like a
Animosity.
It's like that's my brother. We are sharpers. I better than him at some things. He's better than me at some things. Shit,
Like basketball.
yeah, I'm way better than him at basketball.
Where you be breaking his ankles.
Like, he cannot guard me whatsoever. Like
Like if y'all play 1-on-1.
we already played 1-on-1.
Or
Yeah, and I won.
you won.
Damn, by a lot. Was it close?
It was close. It was close, but we were just warming up, and I didn't have my shoes tied.
Yeah. Okay.
He had his shoes tied, and he warmed up and everything. I was just
Low key, you guys should settle it like officially on the dropouts. We should organize a game.
please let's organize.
We'll mic you up at everything.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
Oh,
crazy.
that would be tough. A CCS basketball tourney.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
do it, right? King of the Court or something like that.
Nah, but you and me gotta go.
We
You
definitely
guys
got,
gotta have
yeah.
your own.
He probably wants to run it back because he says like we wasn't counting points at one point, like, or something like that. He says that. I said, I'm like, no, bro, we've been playing this whole time. Like, we was playing 1-on-1 and I was busting his ass.
And-
Yeah. I just had to get my shot because I hadn't picked up a ball in fucking forever.
oh, so you saying you was busting his ass while you was rusty?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, I was like, damn, I hadn't picked up a ball in like a year or something like that.
Damn.
Like, yeah. So I was like off the couch type shit, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Off the couch busting his ass.
Yeah.
And yo, show me personally, I wouldn't let him say things like this, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
Publicly too.
Public.
He wanted it on the record, but
I definitely want to.
he made sure he recorded it for himself. He couldn't even wait for it to drop. He was like, "Nah, I need that snippet."
No.
Yeah,
What we said in this room.
Yeah, I gotta make sure he knows. I gotta make sure he knows all the time. But yeah, that's where we've been training for so long, and we've just been growing in the sport. Yeah, that's my guy.
You're growing up together for real, because your frontal lobe hasn't even. I mean, it's just finished developing.
Wait, five for that. You five for that. You bringing up brain talk.
No, seriously though, y'all have not, like, your shit does not finish rendering until you're like 25.
Yeah, you're like, Brady, how old do you think I am?
You're 28.
Oh, okay, thanks.
But you saying like you had some of that developmental time there.
Say what?
You had some of that He had some of that developmental time with Shami.
Yeah, you guys, you were just when you met. Low key, y'all were children.
Yeah.
Because I don't consider you an adult until like you're 22 or something like that. And kind of, you're barely an adult.
You're like a. I feel like you're an adult. At, I guess 18, right?
Sure.
You're legal at 18.
Yeah. But then by the time you're 19, if you think about it, you're just a 1-year-old adult. Know what I mean? You just look at it that way.
Yeah. It's 20 minutes like you just not you were like just 17 like a month ago.
Yeah.
And like you're not like you're just legal now. Like
Yeah.
Like in some aspects, but you're not really. I don't feel like you're really adult till you're like 23, 24
I agree.
type thing.
That, you're an adult now and you're on your own, buddy.
I feel more adult now in my life. I guess you always feel more adult than you have in the past. I feel like, I don't know, maybe. When do you feel like you started feeling like an adult? When did you start
Pulling on shit.
Yeah. When? How? When were you?
I guess I was pretty much always really paying on shit. Not really always. I'm talking about when I was, so like past college. Anything past college when I had my own apartment.
22, 23?
Yeah, 22, 23. Yeah, like paying my own apartment, doing shit like that, then that's when I felt like an adult.
I feel like an adult now. Like, I feel like an adult now because, like, now I can talk to little kids and be like, oh, you know, you're going to grow up and, like, you're going to start at school.
They gonna start calling you ma'am.
Yeah. Like,
Shit crazy.
I worked at a school and they were calling me Miss Trinidad and stuff. Like, these little kids actually look up to you. You're an adult. Okay, cool. But when you're, like, 22 and 23, and I was living on my own, or not on my own, I was through my, whatever, we were paying bills and doing all the adult shit, but I still didn't feel like an adult.
Feels like he playing.
And I was pretending.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when I was younger, like adulting, I was like, it was fun, but I was like, this shit not serious.
It's not real.
I wasn't working on my credit. Once I cared about my credit score, I was like, all right, you know, yeah. Once I started caring about that,
Credit.
When you started getting excited about things that you wouldn't get excited about,
right? Like crock pots,
right? Like vacuum cleaners,
Yeah.
like fucking washcloths, new washcloths,
bro.
shit like that. Shit that
Yeah.
actually impact your life for real.
I really wanted to take a moment of like just appreciation. Because we be using washcloths. Some people don't be using washcloths. You know what I mean? That's a foreign thing to some people.
Which
You use loofahs? Yeah. All right. What I'm saying. She used loofahs. She used loofahs. It's okay. What I'm saying is like, look, I'm not gonna specify the group of people, but there's a group of people. You know, when I moved here, I made friends. I had a sleepover and needed a washcloth. What you mean? I was like, what do you mean? What do I mean? Like to bathe with? They're like, oh, use your hands. And I was like,
Wow, Chan, that's crazy.
she used a loofah.
Like the poofy joints.
Oh, okay. What's up?
What's a loofah?
The poofy joint.
Okay.
Yeah,
Poofy
like
joint. I got one poofy joint. No, I got one long joint. You know what I'm saying?
that's cool.
I'm with you. I feel you.
Some people I just learned it.
Maybe I need a long loofah to fucking do it.
You do gotta scrape.
When I was a kid, bro, I used to be able to do that shit where you go like this,
Yeah.
all the way
You do
back.
that no more?
Fuck no.
Hell no.
I could do it, and like just the fact that I could do it was like, yeah, I could do that. So I didn't feel the need to do it all the time. And before I knew it, I didn't do it in years.
Can't do it no more.
Bro,
And my shoulders that wide, you're
even like grappling, bro, I can't even fucking scratch my back. Like, damn, I can't even scratch my back like that no more.
yoga.
I need to because my fucking shoulders is.
I love yoga. Y'all ever done yoga? You ever do yoga?
Never.
No.
Damn, bro. I feel like I don't know. I like
You judging?
I'm not judging you, but I'm like
Damn, bro, I feel like.
nah. I'm just like I'm like, oh man, there's levels in life that you gonna like amount to. You know, you gonna reach crazy levels, and I'm like, you ain't even had yoga yet. Bro, like you about to once you start doing yoga, bro, it's gonna unlock so many things in your life.
All right, I'll try yoga. I'll try yoga. I'm gonna try the hot yoga shit though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I ain't do that yet. I need to do
I
that.
need to do that shit. I'm gonna try that shit.
You spiritual?
Yes, for sure.
What's your beliefs, if you don't mind?
I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus, so Christian.
Shout out to the J man.
Yeah, for sure.
You believe the dude that looks like the dude with the hair and the beard? Is that what you see as Jesus?
Do you think he's white? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, the one in the picture.
I mean, I don't believe so.
No.
I don't believe Jesus. So
Yo, when I was a kid, I dead ass thought he was Jamaican.
I would have too, bro. Come on, like he probably looked like who you see
Yeah.
in your head.
I didn't realize that there wasn't as many Jamaicans because I was around so many. And then I remember one time one of my little cousins was like, "Is Jesus white?" And I was like, "Nah, he's Jamaican." And like my cousin started, like older cousin, busted out laughing. And I'm like, "What's funny?" And then like as I got older, I realized like that was funny because of how serious I was. Like I was like, that just makes sense. I be going to Jamaican churches, so
yeah,
I assume.
he's Jamaican.
Yeah, I only heard Jamaican people rock with him. Because I went to a Catholic school. I probably should have mentioned that. Because if you know about Patterson, it's not a good neighborhood, and
Hell no.
they wanted better for me. So they're like the only better around here is Catholic schools. So we went to a Catholic one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, thanks.
Why you wanted to rebel so bad when you were little? Why you so restricted?
Bro, one time they kicked me out of school because they found my book where I was just, I like I said, I always wanted to be a rapper. I remember I was in second grade, and like I was just writing lyrics, like if it was like any rapper, and maybe I don't know if 50 Cent was out at the time, but I was listening to murder music, and I would just write my own raps, and like so a nun called my parents into the school and they're reading this book. And I'm just talking. I'm just writing crazy rap. I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker in his face. Fuck this bitch. Like just.
Were they rhyming though?
Yeah.
All right. That's the real.
No. I was always nice with it. I was showing. So what had happened was I was showing it to the homies and it was like, "Yo, you snapping?" And my teacher was like, "Stop passing notes." And I was like, "We're not passing notes." And she was like, "Yeah, you are." She got it.
Bars.
And then she read the note and was like,
What?
"Come here." And then I was like, "Oh." And they called my parents.
It's like a whole thing.
They was trying to they was praying for me. Like it wasn't just like you suspended. Like they Catholic, bro. Like. Nah, they wasn't throwing hot holy water on me. But they were concerned. They were like, "Yo, why did he say this?" Like, bro, that's just music. You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you religious? What? I guess you grew up that way.
Yeah, definitely grew up. My parents are Christian. I'm assuming their parents were Christian. So, but yeah, hey, I just grew up Christian for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I think I grew up Christian too. Like I grew up in. My grandma used to force us to go to church. No cap. And then they do like the Holy Ghost and like they catch the Holy Ghost. And my grandma would be like, "Huh? What do you see?"
I know exactly what they do. I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
And they're like, "You been?" And then I see
That's what they do.
they start speaking in tongues. And,
Oh, you feel me? It's like,
I am delivered. No, okay.
yeah.
Wait, you've seen people do that? You've been in those kind of churches?
Oh yeah.
Like, what? It's like Pentecostal
Pentecostal.
when they're yeah.
I always went to like a non-denominational church.
What's that?
I think they don't. I think they don't rep any. Like,
I guess. Yeah, I about to say. Yeah, I guess it's like we just knew. I guess. I never knew what those meant. Like Pentecostal, freaking Baptist. I don't know. Never knew what.
all I knew is that Pentecostals be turnt. Like
They
church don't
singing,
end.
dancing.
yeah.
Bro, non-denominational churches don't end. I remember like when we was growing up. I think that was one of the biggest things my mom regretted too. Like we grew up too much in church. Like it was just like Sunday church, Tuesday church,
Right.
Wednesday church.
They used to call this thing called youth night. What?
It was just
Who
like
decided youth come here?
we were just in church for so long. Well, just so long. It's like every day of the week, and then just consumed. That was like a routine, like church.
Yeah.
Church. It was just.
Yeah, I feel like if they nowadays I feel like some churches are a little different, but I feel like it could have been a little more fun. When I was a little kid, I feel like children's church was popping. You know.
Yeah, it was like because you didn't really, you five listen to this.
You can't comprehend this, but you're just
Right? Why are we here? You get to an age where they like sit down and you're just like, yo, I'm not built to just sit still for like X amount of hours. Especially at the Pentecostal churches where they like screaming. Sometimes it'd be like entertaining though.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
Oh, it's
Probably
probably
like, hey, you know, or it's like you trying to stay awake. Be like,
That too. Then you can't go to sleep because you get hit by your fucking grandma or something like. Nah, stay up, bro. You gotta stay up. That was torture. I don't know what the.
That was crazy.
Here, man.
yeah, that was traumatizing for you.
A little bit. You think I want to see my grandma fucking get booped and she's on the ground?
Scared?
Man, all of a sudden she's on the ground. Like I don't want to see Granny on the floor right now. Nobody's Granny.
Basically jumping. It was right when they be on the floor. They put the like blankets over them and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, that too. Like
Yeah, like,
it's just too.
that's just so they got dresses on. They'd be like, oh, cover her up.
oh my
The
god.
money thing they pass around a bucket. You gotta put money in it.
The off.
Like, I mean, I guess like let's help out the church and stuff like that. And you know, it makes sense. Just nothing ever really sat all the way well. I've always been kind of like observative. Is that a fucking word?
Observant.
Observative. I'm sorry.
English is weird.
English is. I speak two languages. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I do actually. You do.
I think
Get up there. But yeah, I just always thought it was like this institution is what I'm not fucking with for sure. Like that's what's really bothering me about it. With God though, I have like a relationship with God like similar like yours. Like, and I don't really know what he looks like because who fucking knows that. But I know he hears me. I know that I can rely on him, and I feel like he's in me. The Lord, pause. I feel like he's within everybody. He's within us. You know what I'm saying? And you can call on him because he's always with you, legitimately inside of you. Feel it? Pause again.
You ever do psychedelic drugs?
Never. Ever, never. I don't have time for that, bro.
You have like, yeah, I know he has.
I mean, you're talking about like God within you. Yeah. I remember one time I was on the shroomies. I mean, no, I was on acid.
And oh my god, bro, oh my god,
And
that's so scary.
I was just, bro, I was wild, bro. I would like, maybe I was like 19 at the time, but I would like just take acid by myself type shit. That would be like the most fun because when you do it with people, I'm real like, I want to make sure everybody having a good time. So when I do it by myself, I just be chilling. But I did it by myself, and I was like kind of just like thinking about like God and whatnot, religion and all of that. And I started thinking about like, because you said, what does God look like? And then I was like, God exists in a place where there's no space and time. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, damn, like this room is full of space. And I'm like, he exists in a place where there's no space. Like this isn't empty; it's full of space. There's no time. Like we're so wrapped up in the fact that we are born and we die. Like we can't live outside of time. But he exists in a place where there's not that. And then I started thinking about like how like there's a little bit of God in each of us. And I've always used the analogy of like we're all individual water bottles, and the water in it, like the water itself, is God. And you know, like when you're done with this bottle, it's poured back into the rest of God, and then you like understand it in the afterlife. That's what you know, what you don't know. And the reason that I got there was because I was tripping hard, right? So I was just praying, but I'm by myself. So I'm praying in my head, praying hard, blah, 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 really talking to God. And then when I decided I stopped, I was by myself, and then I was still talking in my head, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't really change what I was doing, just the intention behind it changed. And then from there, I was like, damn, who's the person who like, they're like, God knows everything you ever thought. And I was like, oh shit, because he's like always here. And then ever since then, like my mindset has just been like sometimes I'd be talking and I'd be like, yo, like, nah, we got this. Like I'd be talking about me, but I just be feeling like, bro, it's us. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Like for a while, I've now realized what amen means. I forgot the definition, but for a while I wouldn't say amen after that trip because I was like, I'm not done talking to bro. Like we just in constant conversation. But now I realize that amen's kind of like a period.
Go like a seal.
Yeah.
So I think it means, I literally just heard somebody say it, but it's like, it will be, or something like that. It's something like that. Like, let this
as it
will be, or some shit like that.
And that's what something. Yeah. I know exactly what you're
Word.
Yeah. I was like, as it's.
I think religion is.
That's interesting that you guys never tried the psycho.
Hell no.
If I hadn't done it so young, I don't think I could as an adult. Life's too serious to do that now.
Bro, if I did that shit, I'd be fucking out. I would be screaming in this bitch. Like, I would be screaming like, nigga. I guess what my perception of it is, like, I don't want to be high for that amount of time. Like,
okay,
how long is that acid trip?
Like 12 hours.
What the fuck?
Right.
I didn't know that.
Well, it depends on how much you take. Like, if you take a little bit, maybe you get like a 6. But like, I don't know. Like, I like tripping, so like I smoke a ton, you know. So like for me being high, like for me to be like there's times in my life where I'm smoking. Have you ever smoked dabs?
I think one time.
Probably like once.
Yeah, I would like literally smoke. Like I would just hit dabs all day, as much as people smoke. So like my tolerance for being high was just pretty high. So when I took acid or shrooms, I'm like I needed to see shit. Like if I'm not seeing nothing, like I'm not there. I do it for the visuals.
So you got the tab. So it's like the acid's like just the tab joint, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Am I tripping?
Acid is the tabs. Shrooms is the.
Yeah, shrooms is what's grown.
Yeah, I seen the tab is made.
Yeah, it's the story behind it. Like there was this like scientist, chemist, whatever. He was making some stuff. Some of it got on the wrist, and he was like, "Oh snap!" And then he went to ride his bike home, and then while he was riding, he was tripping balls, and he actually had a really bad trip, and it freaked him out. And then he just devoted the rest of his life studying like. What was that experience that just happened? And that's how that thing came to be. I feel like it's definitely not for everybody.
Hell.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. And I wouldn't recommend doing it young. But I think just for like the way I had a more like nomadic life, you know, like I was just bouncing around, like, you know, living, camping, doing whatever. So it was a little different. But shrooms made my belly hurt.
Bro, I can't like none of that, all that extra shit. If it ain't weed, I just would not fuck with it. I'm scared. I feel like I'm personally scared.
Yes, that's good. I don't condone it. I'm just honest though. I'm like, someone, you done this? Like, yeah. And I wouldn't lie. They're like, what was it like? I'm not gonna scare you straight. I'm like, that shit was slapping. That's though. I was hiking one time.
The fucking shrooms or the acid?
Acid, both. But one time I was hiking. I was at Crowder's Mountain, and when it hit me once, it hit me crazy because I was like, oh, I'm not leveled, especially because I was on the mountain. And then I wanted to hold trees to stay like a little more like stable. And I was like, I wonder if this where tree hugger comes from. You know, like, I was like, I'm just trying to stay.
This is out here hugging trees and stuff.
But then I was looking, I don't know if you've ever been to Crowder's, but like when you're on top of the mountain, you see all the trees and stuff below. And the trees just looked like an ocean. Like it was just like waves. And I was just like, this is amazing. And it's always just changed my art, like my art moving forward. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, I just started looking at things different. I started appreciating myself more. You know what I mean? Like maybe like at one point in my life, I'd be like, oh, this is my good side versus whatever of my face or whatever. But then being able to trip and look at nature to realize that symmetry is just not that common. Like you don't look at a tree, it's not going to be symmetrical. You're not going to like, that's just not common. Like that's just not how things are. And it just made me feel like just more human, you know, but like, I know people who did it where it went really bad for them and like they never really like
Recover from it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's why like as an adult I'm like I don't even know what I want to do. Like bro, I was just thought I was invincible, bro. I was like I could do as much as I want, you know.
Crazy.
Big doses.
Crazy. Hell no, I ain't doing that shit like that. I'll be just screaming. Y'all put me in a straitjacket. Like I'll be this motherfucking like give me some waters, shit like that.
What's crazy is when I'm like tripping, bro, the last thing I could ever think about would be like fighting someone. Like the last thing I could think about. Like it's probably the thing that makes me like the most like I just feel like when you I don't know, I've been at certain levels where like you just feel so connected to like every human being. Like you really be like, damn, like we like I don't know, man. It's just it feels like you're like as a however old you are, it just feels like you're looking at everything with new eyes. Like I remember one time just looking, I'm like, yo, these are my hands. And like I know it sounds silly, but I'm just like I had these like as babies, these same ones, these exact same hands. And then like you start really thinking about like you know like who you are, you know what I mean?
It's like you're bending like I'm telling myself to like get my fingers.
And like no one taught me this, like, you know, you just figured it out. I remember one time someone was like they read something to me, they were like, you ever realize that the brain named itself? And I was like, oh snap.
You okay?
Bro,
So weed is a
that's crazy.
hallucinogen.
Right? The brain named itself, that is crazy.
You be like that's one of the moments you be like, oh shit.
You said it's maybe it is a hallucinogen.
That's really what it is. It's
What?
not weed.
Weed.
Weed is a mild hallucinogen. So it's like maybe that's why you like acid, because you did smoke so much weed that it's like you're kind of used to hallucinating a little bit.
Nah, I feel off weed, it sucks.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure you can definitely get to that level. Yeah, I've gotten to that level where I was more. I told you that story
Yeah.
where I took like 100 milligrams of
Edibles?
edibles.
Edibles.
It was like
So THC.
straight THC in a liquid, right?
You crank that.
I didn't know that there was measurements on the motherfucker, so I took the whole thing. It was 100 milligrams.
Oh my god.
Brother, I was morphing into a horse in the bed type shit. Like I was like, oh shit, I'm going crazy. And I'd also get paranoid off the weed.
Yeah.
Like
I did, yeah.
yeah,
I know what you mean.
that's why I'm scared to do acid and shit like that.
Yeah.
I like get. I don't think I like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you're really nervous about it, it's gonna be scary.
You gonna be nervous. You gonna be fucked up.
First time I did it, though, I did a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, and then I progressively, like, upped it. It wasn't, like, just first time balls to the wall type shit.
So you microdose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Microdosing was like, oh, that's cool. And then, you know.
Got it from there.
Yeah. But, I didn't have, like, bills and stuff, you know. So it was just, like, different. That's why I said, like, if I never did it younger, like, as an adult, it would just, as an adult, I would just have to have such, like, security, like, in life to know that, like, yo, if I decide I don't want to do nothing for the next 3 days, like, I can just up and do that. Like, that's what I need, you know?
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like, I got shit to do, bro. I can't be high for 12 hours. Like, I got...
12 hours is a lot. But I used to look at it like, because I used to like to travel. So I was like, I'm just taking a trip. You know, it's a vacation. Like, just at the crib. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
See what you
Like that?
I like that.
You know?
Yeah, I would, like, me and my friends would get together, just kind of like, only people I was real close with, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's never been, I don't think that is anything that crazy. Like, I think people, I'm going to say they should do it, but I feel like a lot of people would benefit from it or learn things about themselves that maybe, like, it just expands your thinking, you know what I mean? But I do think it's a case-by-case basis. Some people, like, just like substances for different reasons. Maybe they're trying to escape something, or maybe, like, you know, if paranoia is a thing you deal with, it's like, I don't know if I would suggest that unless you're, like, in a very comfortable, like, environment, you know, like your own house or, like, nature or something. Just wherever you feel comfortable about.
Yeah, makes sense.
I want to do, like, ayahuasca with a shaman, like, where you, like, travel and they got, like, they, like, do a spiritual, like, guide and, like, make sure
You want to be a guide, bro?
No, I want to go and have, like,
I can see you being the guide.
when I'm old, yeah. If I start balding, definitely.
With like a whole white thing, like I can see
Just a white dress.
Yeah, just like a gown, like gown. Yeah, it's like Samaj coming in here.
I just handed it to you.
Yeah, it's like we just present it to you like this is what you need in life.
That's
some shit like that with the same beard. You know,
The only reason I don't think I would ever do anything like that is because, like, I plan to be a little too famous to where they just gonna call me a cult leader if I try some shit like that. Like, imagine, like, any famous person, if they were like, yo, pull up and, like, I'm gonna give you, like, I'm gonna guide your trip. Like, motherfuckers, I'm like, that, they gonna have to hire you.
Yeah.
And you guys gonna have to be like, all right, how do we make this not sound crazy?
I mean, they do it with that that lady that she's like a therapist, like that spiritual guy lady.
Who?
You ever seen that meme where she was like, "Not on my watch, not on my watch."
No, but that's
I feel like all those people, they'd be like, yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that she's kind of like the people you would be talking about, somebody that you would hire to
Yeah.
and then just like do stuff.
yeah, I feel like spiritual, like, leaders, like, I feel like if you're a spiritual leader, you just can't be known. If you're, like, you know what I mean? Like, it has to be like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
also real cult shit.
yeah, it's like, for example, if you know, the Messiah, whomever, Jesus, if they come back, when, like, if homie got Twitter or, like, Instagram and he trying to get followers, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, it's gonna be a little weird. They're gonna be like, yo, your whole life you were getting followers and now you trying to, like, lead people spiritually. I would feel weird if I was a fan of someone and out of nowhere they, like, open some religious, like, come here type thing. I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
But I do it for the homies.
For the homies.
Yeah, if you guys need it, like, I'll get the shaman suit and everything.
Hell yeah.
Everything. But you would have had to known me way before
Wait.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
One day.
What?
One day.
What?
I would do that. Maybe we'll do. I'll get a house or something and be like, yo, if you want to come. You don't have to indulge, but it's here for you. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like cabbage.
This shit is crazy to me. I could just see this shit. Like, what if I had the braid? It's with the braids into the braids and everything. Yeah, you can come. You can indulge. We're gonna be over here licking frogs.
Look at the toad.
The toad.
I didn't do the toad. All right. That sounds scary to me. A toad? You gotta lick a frog?
That's too much.
That shit crazy though.
That's too much.
What? A frog?
Other shit.
I've never even held a frog.
What?
I'm not good with small animals.
You not fuck with that?
I'd rather hold, like, you know, like, I'm cool with dogs, but as long as I hold a hamster, like, I can't rock with that.
That's a little creepy to you.
Yeah, you guys could do that. You like held a hamster?
Fuck yeah.
What?
You scared of, like, animals? You scared of spiders and shit like that?
I'm scared of what they could fucking do.
True.
Not like, oh shit. I'm like,
Cat.
no, hell
Cat.
no.
I know you see a spider, you're like, ah!
Yeah, cause that surprising. They'd be like, "Oh shoot, the fuck is that walking?" Like, but then I kill it.
Okay.
You know, some people are so starved they don't even want to kill it.
Yeah.
I kill it, but I'm scared it's pregnant.
I saved.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit happen. I stepped on the shit and it's.
What we gotta do that?
I was like, oh.
I've never had it.
I can throw
fear. Did it happen to you?
No, not just seeing the motherfuckers just spread.
I seen it. I was like, oh.
You stepped on it?
Yes, I stepped on her and shit.
You've never done that?
No. I've gone highly favored, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna kill the spider because I have to.
It was outside though.
Oh, outside of pocket. You and Nate crib.
I'm sorry.
I'm never going. Like if I'm at your spot, you go with me. It's when they here I get sick.
You kill it?
Fuck.
What? I mean, go
Life, bro. Save a spider, man. Put it in the thingy. Save them. Put them outside. They straight.
I TKO'd a wasp.
You said what?
TKO'd a wasp.
To kill the wasp. When?
One time I was like laying in the bed and I felt this like thing on me. I thought I was on something weird, like there's something in my shirt. So I like held it and like took like my shirt off to I held it and looked in it and it was a wasp and I took it off and I was just so scared. I was just you know, and referee stoppage or
That's it.
Be sure them.
Oh,
that was a serious. I've never been stung.
you stung? Oh, okay. I got stung by a wasp. You been stung?
Nah.
What was that like?
I was a little kid. There was a wasp nest behind this basketball goal on this house. You know how they have it hanging above the garage?
Yeah.
I threw the ball and we all used to run there and then they all come out and spread.
Oh no.
And
We got you.
Yes, bro. It came out like a gang, like a biker gang. Like we threw it at the thing, and then it came out and it's and I remember it, and I remember looking at running, looking at my hand, and that shit's
No.
and I was like, oh shit, that shit got me.
Yeah. It was my first shot.
Like revved up.
Huh?
It like revved up in the air and it was like, yeah.
Yeah, it literally it literally like came after me like, all right, little nigga, here you go.
Oh my god.
You feel me?
They're fast. Fucking wasps. How fast do they fly?
You know,
A lot faster than people run, right?
yeah, probably. Don't you look it up?
Yeah.
Say like who? It do fucking wasps fly faster than humans?
What's your guess?
Like per hour.
Miles per hour. What's your guess?
I would say 40.
40?
40 miles per hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast? Oh, I'm tripping.
Is that fast, bro?
Wait, hold on. Okay.
Is she really?
Let me see. You say Bolt? Yeah, he ran beside something, a car, like a fucking
Yeah.
car.
For how long?
100 and like 30.
Can't keep that up. That's just
100 meters, 200.
that's nothing, bro. A wasp, 200 meters to a wasp, bro. Like, that's their main. Like, they fly all the time. Like, he only sprints for
10 miles per hour.
Okay, so a regular wasp is 7 miles per hour. Hornets move a little quicker. They fly around 14 miles an hour. And Asian giant hornet, the big ones, they go up to 25 miles
God
an hour.
damn.
Look,
See what they look like?
Western honeybees are 20 miles an hour.
Slow ass little hornets.
Either way, you weren't outrunning a wasp.
No, hell no.
That's what's kind of crazy. Is like, what do you do? Like,
Oh my god, an Asian giant hornet. That shit looks like fucking, what the hell? Look at that shit. Just like a tiger bug.
I heard if you go underwater too, they'll wait above it. Like they're smart enough to be like.
Like, all right, well, wait, you know you can't breathe under there.
And I think there's like a certain mileage that they'll follow you until like you got to be that far away until they're like, all right.
All right, it's all good.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I've never tried to mess with a wasp.
Fuck that. After that, I learned myself. I learned that day. Learned that
They
day.
smart, little kid. It's crazy.
I heard if you get like gasoline, you've seen that on TikTok.
No.
If you got a wasp nest and you got a cup of gasoline, just put some gas in it and you hold it above it
That's cat.
and you close it in and they just be falling in.
I heard it's a myth. That's
Hey,
wait. I'm not testing it out.
I'm not.
But I heard it's a myth.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yo, I got a question. How do y'all feel like SCCS this is off topic? Mine just been thinking about it. But so how do y'all feel as CCS getting new people and like the fight team expanding and all this stuff? And I also want to talk about the fights. Actually, do we got to talk about the fights? Probably not.
For now, let's do the fight team. Like that is a good question.
Yeah. How y'all feel about it?
How do I feel?
No.
I'm new. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
As it's growing, I mean, yeah, we just always gotta find like new people to like develop. Like if you don't invite them, like they're not gonna just ever be better. They gotta get that. They gotta have the willingness to, and then 2, the dedication, and then 3, it's just like just gotta grow in there because it's like you may have been somewhere else, but we train a different way, or you may have never done this before, but this is like gonna be like a real shock to you, like really. So
Have you? I guess. Do you ever feel like a sense like when you're like, oh, this is a brotherhood? Do you ever feel like there's like just outsiders, like, I guess, around it?
not really, because it's just like whenever you're ready, it's just like we building you in like regular class within. Whenever you're ready, you'll be let into the brotherhood type thing.
Okay. So, all right, that's interesting.
I've noticed that like everything falls into place at the gym. Like people somehow like all get along. I mean, I don't know. Like it seems like we're all like-minded.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
We all here trying to get better in ourselves
Yeah.
in some aspects, so that's what's good. It's conducive to your training. It's conducive to growing. It's like no egos. We all know who's good. We all know we're good. And like it's just like it's a good place to grow in. It's a good place to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the atmosphere too. Like when you come to your trial class, like you pretty much get it. Like it's like, okay, this is what it's like here, type shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, I love it there. I love it.
You gonna get the CCS tattoo?
I don't know. Did we say that? Did we say we were gonna see this tattoo?
No, I just heard people talking about it. And I'm
The
like,
logo's kind of tough.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know some people consider it. I know it's just been a thing.
If we all,
in gym talk.
I guess if we all get it, then like I'd be like, all right.
I feel like I don't know if it's probably be like you once you fight for CCS a few times, because it would be weird if you get it and then just leave.
Yeah. Then it's like cover it up.
You plan on finding anytime soon?
I'm trying to fight in March.
March?
Or
Bro.
yeah. So whenever we get straight, so that's what I'm looking to fight and try to.
For sure, March?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I haven't got a matchup, but I'm trying to.
135?
140.
140?
140, and
Okay.
then the next fight, let's see where we could go. If I need another amateur or just go pro type shit.
Yeah, I can see you going pro.
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely need to try to get this shit on the road. See what can happen with it.
I'm so excited for y'all, man. Like watching Shamik and John and stuff in like Houston and doing all that stuff. And even Brian, obviously. But I was a big fan of Brian before I even came back to North Carolina. Like I watched him on Tough and stuff like that. So yeah, weird.
It's cool to see him. Like we were watching that shit. So we were watching that shit.
But y'all's nobody though. You're like, this is a guy we train with. Like that's crazy.
For a long time, and to see him on that level is pretty cool. It was God ordered for him to be there and win and all that shit.
He's different. As you can see, like most people that like make it far, like have something. I wouldn't say special because no one's. I mean, we all have 2 legs, 2 arms. We can all do the same thing if you want to, if you're able, right? But like that mentality, the people that make it far is kind of like him. Like he's an oddball if you really get to know him, you know. Like,
Yeah.
And most of us kind of are like
Just off either way.
balls, you know.
Well, it's funny because Brian watched what you call it. He watched anime.
Yeah.
So it's funny. One of my boys doesn't fight at all, but he was like, I feel like I'd be a great fighter, blah blah blah. And then I was like, why? He was like, bro, I just watch a lot of anime. I just can't be beat. Just like,
Hey, what?
and I was like,
How does that equate?
I was like, this is delusional. But I was like, I've seen delusional people make it so far out of delusion. Just like, because they just not afraid to shoot the shots and take the opportunities. So he said, bro, I watch so much anime, I can never be beaten. And I was just like, but when I did the interview with Brian, like he was talking, I was like, what like motivates you? What gives you that mindset? These anime, you watch anime?
No, not like that. I
don't get it. You
I don't get it. I don't get.
I don't watch it either.
Only the anime I got is like I showed you the anime.
Blue Dot.
Yeah, and then Afro Samurai. That's pretty much the only anime I ever watched.
Yeah, some of these anime cartoons, I guess it's the real the hero's journey is what like a lot of them like emulate and whatnot. But yeah, I just find it interesting. A lot of fight gyms I go to, I realize people really like anime.
Love anime.
Oh yeah, it's the storyline.
Hey, it's a fucking thing for you.
Yeah, it's cool. Anime's cool. I haven't gotten into a lot of animes. I watched Naruto, like the whole thing, and that was cool. And it is like, oh, this little guy who everybody thought couldn't do it, did it. Yeah, everybody has different ways of thinking about their MMA journey. I think but it definitely correlates.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
I think you just gotta be crazy. You have to be crazy in a way.
Some type of crazy.
No, yeah, because you were saying when I'm walking out, I'm like, why am I here?
I'm like, bro, I could be doing something else right now. Like,
Yeah, I feel that though. Like literally, like I feel like since I've started, especially like fight team, things in my life have just fallen into place, just because nothing's harder. Like no matter what I'm going through, like I'm not like anything crazy, like something like
you can just attribute whatever you've trained with to life, like
sorta like. Say I'm like, oh, I gotta do this thing for work. I'm just like, no one's punching me in the face right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like I didn't just get teeped, like it's just like the things that could be happening at this moment aren't happening. Mm-hmm. So it just like gives me a different like mindset.
And then like another, going off of what you said, another part of that mindset is like you learn how to think in the most fucked up positions.
Yeah.
Like that's how you become. How MMA's helped me too. It's like in the most fucked up position, whatever situation you're in life, it's like you learn how to think. Like there's whatever your boss can be saying something to you, something can be happening, but you're not getting punched in the face. Like when we're fighting, we have to think like, oh, I need to be doing this while somebody is like hitting you. Yeah. Like. That's just one thing that you can take from fighting, like,
You're definitely onto something there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what essentially boot camp is. Yeah. Like, when you go to the military, they put you in a pressure cooker. Well, like, you got to be able to think through this chaos right now.
Through this shit right now.
Literally what MMA is.
Hey, you don't want to get hit. It's scary. Like, all that shit. Like, you got to be able to, like, think. So anything else outside of that shit, like, I can think on the fly, like, oh, I gotta do this, because these motherfuckers, like, we short, and our weight class, the motherfuckers is fast, so I gotta think, all that shit right then and right there.
Yeah, it's funny. I was explaining to someone who I do music with. They were like, "Do you get nervous for like performing?" And yeah, you're good. Nah, you're so good. They asked if I got nervous for performing, and I was like, I get nervous for performing. But I was like, fighting makes me way more nervous. But I was also like, while performing, I'm able to still live through that anxiety. It's still there. While during fighting, it's like I don't have time to think about being like that in the actual moment. But it's interesting to look at it that way, because it's made my music a lot easier. You know what I mean? Because it's just like I said, the worst thing that could happen is I could forget a lyric. Like, that's not getting knocked out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, no matter what happens, I win. The story's written. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I feel like the fighting thing, it definitely makes, like... I feel like, the most nerve-wracking thing. I don't know, unless you about to, like, propose to someone and you don't know what they're going to say. But I feel like usually you would know.
Usually you would know.
They can't. The worst they can say is no.
But, it's like one of those things, like... It's like, it has to be a guaranteed yes if you propose to somebody. Like, you got to just know. Like at that point, so
MMA to me is so way beyond like violence and like getting in there, and I'm just you have to think. Like, you actually have to use your brain. You gotta be creative too. You gotta have your own style. Like, it takes so much brain power. You have to be a smart person to fight, period, and do it at a high level. Like,
I know some dumb motherfuckers who can fight.
Yeah, but you think they're dumb?
No,
actually not. At least in that area of life, like, they can sit there and probably focus really well on that one thing. That's called the tism.
I think I know some guys who are just tough. Okay. So like fighting just works for them. and like, but like, not to be mean, but it's just like I don't know what else you could do with your life.
Oh.
Like, like, but I guess they do have some smart, some wit about them. Some wit about them. Yeah, you get good at it. Then you get skillful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely. Or practice. Practice definitely makes you better.
But honestly, now that I think about it, though, like when you think about championship fighters, like they're not dumb. Like, you know, there's dudes who get there off of that shit, but they usually don't get too far. That's interesting. You know who's smart? Fighting Corey Sandhagen. I don't know if you'd be watching any of his like fight breakdowns or whatever, but just like how he explains it.
He's very funny too.
Yeah,
I'm not
very cerebral.
I'm okay with like what he did with Cheeto and stuff like that. It's a little boring. Cause I'm trying to see people get knocked out. So Corey Sandhagen, like, but he's so talented. Like you can see the skills and stuff like that. So that's cool. It's fun to watch if you know what you're watching. You know. But yeah, he's super smart.
Hell yeah, boy.
Like, who else do you admire as a fighter? Other than like, who? I like McGregor, for example. I like Wonder Boy.
My favorite fighter right now. My favorite young prospect is probably Sadiq Yusuf. He has a boxing style.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm still good yet, I think. Or I mean,
yeah, he fought. He just recently lost. I think he's having a fight coming up, but I'll show you. He's like back to that boxing style. Like, he got a good like boxing style for MMA too as well. I'll show you. I've seen the fight. I saw the first time on the Contender Series with him and Mike. Mike, what's his name? I forgot his name. Mike Davis. Him and Mike Davis, and that was probably the best Contender Series fight ever. The motherfuckers was throwing. I'll send you the fight. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. See one.
You got a favorite female fighter? He said girls.
They fight.
I feel bad because I'm a casual, so like I only know the ones, but
Yeah. To be honest, me too.
Probably either Amanda Nunes or Chris Cyborg.
Word. Period.
that you're gonna say Rose.
Rose Ramirez? No.
Nah, Rose my favorite. Her last few things have been a little different, but I love Rose. She's a real one.
Yeah, freaking Cyborg or Amanda Nunes.
Tracy Cortez right now. Tracy Cortez. Yeah. Well, she was dating Brian Ortega.
Oh, you talking about Tracy Cortez? The good looking one. Yeah.
She's okay. All right. Yeah, she fine, but she can actually fight. Like she was
She can fight.
She's a
definitely
good boxer. Yeah, that's one that I've noticed. Because there's not that many females right now that is like taking it to a different level.
Have you ever dated a female fighter?
No, hell no.
Said hell no. Why hell no?
What does that mean?
No,
sir?
I haven't really seen female fighters around here that are like that I would be interested in, but no, hell no. I don't know. Hell no.
There's not that many to begin with.
Yeah, it's not limited to it. Yeah.
Would you be opposed to it?
No, hell no. No, hell no.
How do you feel about women fighting?
Stay in the goddamn kitchen.
Yo, why? That's like, no, you can fight. Like, fight. Like, just be careful. Like,
I think women fights are so interesting to watch, but like, I guess women who I would be like responsible for, I would never want them to fight. Like, I want to sound so bad, but like I wouldn't want my daughter to fight. But if she decided to, like, I'm a support. Or like if my girl is like, I want to start training, I'm like, shit. And she's like, I want to fight. I'm like, you don't need to fight. I don't know how I'm gonna react to seeing like any of my girls or whatever getting like hit. Like obviously, like, you getting beat up by a girl, nothing I can really do about it, But like, if some girl's talking shit to my girl in the street, I don't even want my girl to fight. I'm like, bro, fuck her. Like, it's dead. You know what I mean?
fuck her.
Yeah.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to, like, honestly, my kids, I wouldn't, like, pressure them to fight, but you are going to learn martial arts, whether you, like, you're going to know how to do it yourself.
Jiu-jitsu, though.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, like, I don't care if you fucking, you feel me? Like, you got to learn, because, like, it's just especially if I have a daughter, like, you have to learn, because a lot of people, like, I feel like females, they'll take, like, take some boxing classes or take some shit like that. Like, all right, bruh. I don't want to be, like, if you in the middle of a street fight, I don't want to be fighting this motherfucker. So why are you gonna sit here and try to box with this motherfucker?
Right.
You need to be able to get out and evade. Like
You run because I'm faster than you. So you get a head start.
you better run. Like you better run. You're not about to sit here and you try throwing doing that boxing shit in the street fight with this big ass motherfucker. Try that shit. You gonna get fucking tossed. He just gonna run through them shits. Like, so you just gotta be quiet. You gotta get up out of there and run. Evade the situation.
Pepper spray.
How to get out of the arm? Twist your motherfucker wrist. You know what I'm saying? Shit like this.
Oh yeah,
You need to get out. You need to go and you leave that situation. Don't try to sit there and try to box with this nigga. No, leave.
There's people that really think they can like scrap with dudes. It's
Someone
funny
can.
as hell.
I'm saying some of them can, but like in a situation where it's life
or death. It's just not worth it.
not worth it.
That's most fighting like in the street. Like if you don't have to, like don't.
Yeah,
Not even just life or death, but just like press or charges, bro. Like
man, hell yeah.
Yeah.
one of my biggest like fears of fighting in the street isn't even like killing somebody. It's like beating them up and the ego getting hurt and like it just don't end. Now we just got some shit that's just not stopping, and you already took the L, so now you don't want to fight. So now you pulling up with the goddamn, and now now I'm looking over my shoulders and shit. I don't like that life. I like to be cool.
Right, exactly.
Relax. I like to be calm. I don't want nobody.
Exactly. No, I feel that. That's what I think about doing when I do security. That's why even when I do security, I'm so passive just because it's like, if we fight, I know I'm gonna embarrass you. I'm going to embarrass, unless you like some fucking, like, cause that's why there's weight classes. Unless you're like this gigantic ass motherfucker, like obviously it's gonna be hard. That's gonna be a hard shit to fucking do. That's gonna be hard shit. Not to say I can be everybody, but I'm just saying, like, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'd rather just not. And then, cause I'm gonna embarrass you. If you my height, if you regular size, even if you like, cause I beat people that's bigger than me type shit. If you don't know what you're doing, like, I'm gonna work you, dude.
Yeah.
Every time.
Work you, bro.
Because you're trained. People don't understand that shit. Like,
People, I see red.
bro,
You hide your ass.
as a female, I feel like I could whoop a lot of dudes' ass. Like, just because I'm trained.
Nah, you could definitely beat up some of my homies.
No offense, but for sure, bro.
Yeah.
I met your homie the other day. I know I could beat his ass.
No, he said
I'm
it.
talking to you, bro.
He said it. That's great.
Nah.
Like, he said it. He was like, no, I'm sure you could kick my ass. Like, positive.
Positive.
He's a designer.
Yeah. It's cool to stay out with that.
Yeah. He's really funny. Like, if anyone beat his ass, they kind of look like a dickhead.
I say, why you beat his ass? Like, why? Like,
Yeah. Like, why him? Like, he's making jokes.
all right.
He was cool.
Making jokes. Okay.
And then I really appreciate you coming on the podcast today.
I appreciate you.
Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah. Hey, you guys can follow me on Instagram at eman.carlos. You can also follow my podcast page on I'm about to say LinkedIn. But you can follow my podcast page on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. I put the Push Away Podcast. And yeah, that's where you can find me at.
Get into it. Push Effect Podcast. Follow him on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, yo. Okay. Morelia Trinidad. MoreliaTrinidad _ Instagrams.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this episode. Peace out.
So.